It's time for Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our viewers out there. We are live here at Altamont High School, just getting ready for the girls varsity game to get underway. And we've got a doubleheader for you, both girls and boys playing. First with the girls, and we are about 13 minutes from tip-off. I've got my friend Drake Weston here on the camera and on the call. Drake, we'll talk about last night's crazy game, part of our pregame show today, but we'll go to a quick break, and when we get back, I was able to catch up with Coach Cornea earlier this week. We'll play that interview and talk about last night's game. Thank you for tuning in, and you're listening online at mylocalradio.com and on the air at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
It is now time for our Where Are They Now segment, and I am here with my good friend Matt Hutchinson. I think a lot of people would be interested to see where you're at in life now. And so I wanted to take a few minutes to chat with you and get an update on how things are going for you. Matt graduated. He was class of 08. So Matt, give our listeners a update on what you've been up to since your days at Rich High School.
Okay, kind of a lot, but thanks for having me first.
It's good. Yeah, absolutely.
Good to keep in touch with alumni still. So right now I'm in Richfield down in Utah, and I actually saw you here not too long ago.
Yeah, that's the second home of most Rich County sports goers for sure.
Yeah, I try to slip over to the 1A meets and stuff whenever I can, but
awesome.
That's not as often as I'd like it to.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm working down here. My wife's from here. Together we have 3 little girls, and I work at the Richfield Vet Clinic as the associate veterinarian here, just me and one other guy that works in our clinic, the associate veterinarian, and I graduated from vet school in 2020, so right during all that COVID stuff, made things more interesting.
And where did you go to school, Matt?
Washington State University.
So you're a veterinarian living in Richfield, a place very familiar with most of our listeners. Matt, where did you meet your wife?
So I actually met her when I was doing my undergraduate at Utah Valley University when I was trying to get into vet school. She was working as a nurse up there, and I actually worked with her sister when I was doing my prerequisites, and her sister introduced
Matt, let's talk about your days at Rich High School. What are some good memories that you had from your time at Rich that come to mind and you look back on?
Quite a few, honestly. Anytime we're back there, it just brings back all sorts of memories. Just, back when life was simpler and responsibility, we couldn't wait to get out of it. And now we probably wish we could get back into it. Just like I was telling you the other day, for some people that might not be familiar, is you and good friend Clayson Myers and just a bunch of other people convinced me to play football my senior year. Anytime I go to the games around here, my nephew plays football in Richfield. Just brings back memories of Rich High School playing football, and we went to the championship that year. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. That was a great year, and I've told you this, but I've always said, the line that I got to play behind my sophomore year, which was that year, was just an amazing line, and you were part of that. And
we had to keep you safe. You did.
Yeah, I was fragile.
No, you were on top of your game. But no, it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate that. You're too kind.
Matt, what are some things and you live in a rural community still, which is great, and you're fortunate to be able to, but what do you think that living in a community like Rich County does for you? For those that leave Rich County to go do different things, what do you think you're able to take with you from the community itself, not just Rich High School?
I feel like the communities it's really hardworking. I'm not sure if the cities are as hardworking, but they have to abide by a lot of those labor laws, whereas we were all working as kids. Taught us a sense of community just because we knew everybody, but it also taught us to work for what we want. And that's my parents really taught me that too, to work for what I want, and that's really what got me through vet school. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tough. That's where most of my hair disappeared, was during vet school.
Well, it's an impressive accomplishment. So all of our listeners can know, Matt has been my go-to for very random animal questions. He's answered them spot on each time, so you're a talented vet
hopefully
as well. So,
thank you.
Well, Matt, I always like to end these interviews with the same question. And is there a teacher that you'd like to give a shout out to that had a positive impact on your life during your time at Rich High School?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, and it's an even tougher one for me because it was Coach Grohl. I miss the heck out of that guy, and it was tragic what happened. But he really, when I started football my senior year, he really took me under his wing to kind of catch me back up. And he was good to me when I wasn't so good to him, or even such a good kid as I should have been. He was always really good to me, and he pushed me to be better than what I was at the time.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And, I feel like everyone that went to high school during our time, him passing away so suddenly and unexpectedly was just an absolute blindside. So great shout out to him. Very, very good man. And he hit it spot on. He was the kind that, like with you, with jumping back into football, he was the one that was patient with things like that and the perfect assistant coach at that time for stuff like that. Matt, thanks for taking time. I know that you're busy with your girls and everything else going on, so thanks for taking time to chat with me about Chai Sports.
Anytime, it's the least I could do. Go Rebels.
It is now time for our Where Are They Now segment, and I am here with my good friend Matt Hutchinson.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
It is time now for our coaches show, and I'm here with Coach Lundgren. Coach, this has been a week that's kind of built up. We knew that the Tabiona game and the Altamont weekend, traveling over there is always a one that you mark on your calendar. How you feeling this week heading to Tabiona on Friday?
a big weekend out in Wyoming last weekend, and we played a lot of physical teams, and I thought our girls played pretty well out there most of the time, and I think they're ready. They're excited to go out to Tabiona, and they love going out there. It's a great atmosphere. They got a beautiful gym, and they have a great crowd, and it's always fun basketball out there.
People that keep their eye on the RPI, it's 1 versus 2 on Friday. But even more than that, what are these region victories? How important are they? I know that it's not like it used to be where, the RPI kind of changed things, but is there still a lot of pride in these region games for you and your girls?
For sure, especially this year. I mean, there's a possibility that we might see these region teams with the region tournament and then state tournament. We might see them 4 times in a year. So one thing with region games is you become a lot more familiar with your opponent. And so you get scouted a lot, and then they know what to try to take away from the tendencies that you like to get on the basketball court. And so it just makes it that much more challenging for our girls and both Tabiona's girls. It's a fun atmosphere, and usually the defenses have scouted you out pretty good. So it's up to your players to make those reads and be able to take what the defense gives them.
And Coach, I know that you spend a lot of time scouting, watching film, preparing for each opponent. Tell me a little bit about Tabiona and Altamont, what you've seen from them so far and what to expect.
Tabiona, they're very long this year. They've got a lot of length, tall girls, and very good athletes. They've got 2 or 3 girls that shoot it very, very well from the perimeter, and then they've got some girls that play very big inside. Macy Rhodes is a phenomenal ball handler, and she will, read what the defense is trying to do to her and make her reads off that usually pretty effectively. So we got to make sure we're disciplined with them and play disciplined defense where we're rotating how we need to be and helping each other when we need to help. Altamont, when I watch them on film, you've got some fast girls, got some size inside. They're very physical. It's going to be 2 tough games out there in the basin.
I would say we're halfway, maybe even a little over halfway through the season. Has there been anything that surprised you about your team in a good way? I know that you came in very positive and optimistic about this year, but have there been things that have even exceeded expectations so far?
Even when times get hard, like we've had a couple games where we've gotten behind even into the third quarter, and in years past, with prior teams, maybe a couple girls got a little snippy at each other, got mad at each other. I have not seen that out of this group of girls yet. Usually, this group of girls they're playing hard for each other out there. They're sharing the ball. They got great continuity with each other, and they talk, and they just play out there. So it's kind of fun to watch them share the ball and play together like that.
Yeah, and it seems like, Coach, this year, what I've noticed, and it's similar to what you just said, it seems like this is a very coachable group because there's been first halves that were close and looked like it was going to be a dogfight, and then you come out and adjustments were made in the locker room at halftime, and the girls bought in and are able to take things over in the third quarter. Would you agree with that?
I do, and these girls have all played a lot of basketball. A lot of played probably since they were in second grade. They're very coachable. They listen to us and they buy into the adjustments that we want them to do. And a lot of times, once they just start rolling a little bit, they build on top of each other, and then all of a sudden we're making a run. So.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend. It's a big weekend, like we've said, and good luck to you and your girls, and we'll see you down there.
Hey, thank you.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Hazel Scott, freshman, guard.
My name is Cass Argyle. I'm a senior and I play shooting guard.
I'm Paige Smith. I'm a junior and I play guard.
Corey Stacy. I'm a freshman and I play shooting guard.
I'm Jalen Lutz. I'm a sophomore and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Kira Jolly. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Molly Weston. I'm a sophomore and I'm a point guard.
I'm Ryan Smoot. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Kara Hoffman. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Lacey McKinnon. I'm a sophomore and I play guard.
My name's Donnie Morris. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Brindley Hatch. I'm a senior and I play post.
I'm Lila Taylor. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Emery Thornock. I am a freshman and I am a guard.
My name is Ryan Leifson. I am a sophomore and I play as a guard.
I'm Brooke Crompton. I am a junior and I am a post.
I'm Braylon Pugmire. I'm a sophomore and I'm a post.
All right, and I apologize. I guess we were on mute there for the Pledge of Allegiance, but the Pledge of Allegiance is now over, and we are getting ready to get things going here. Drake, thanks for joining me today for most of the girls' game before you have to head off to your game, and we'll talk about last night's game, but we're starting with the starting lineup for the Rebels. Number 3, Molly Weston. Number 15, Paige Smith. Number 22, Bray Pugmire. Number 31, Cass Argyle, and number 42, Brindley Hatch. And for the Altamont side, we will wait for... Oh, we're turning lights off here. Pretty intense for a Saturday afternoon, Drake. Ooh, that's cool. They just have the center logo in the light. So starting for Altamont today will be number 3, Jada Miles, a junior. Number 4, Kennedy Carter, a senior. Number 5, Chesney Bywater, a sophomore. Number 21, Mackley Carter, a sophomore. And at number 30, Taylor Scott, a senior. So those are the starting lineups for both sides. So Drake, last night, pretty intense game against the Tabiona Tigers.
That was quite the nail-biter there at the start when we got down by, I think it was 16 in the first quarter.
Yeah, you were driving us all crazy, you and your friends out there.
Yeah.
So what made it? What brought you guys back? What was the discussion among you guys to get things rolling again?
We knew that because our shots weren't going in there at the first half, and we knew they were going to start going there in the second half, and they finally did. Ridge and Carter Scott, they got going, and we all did. And we just had the fight and the belief that we could come back and get them.
So do you feel like that's the key to your guys' offense, is even when things aren't going well shooting, to just keep shooting and eventually they're going to fall?
Yeah, that's what our head coach says, just to keep shooting because they'll go, and you got to believe it's going in every time.
So what were your thoughts when there at the end, you know, we're trying to close it out. Ridge, he's starting to hit. He's going off for 26 points, and all of a sudden he's throwing up in the trash can under the basket.
Yeah, I didn't know he was sick. I didn't know he was sick till he started throwing up. He didn't even act sick when we started the game, and I was a little surprised that he was throwing up.
Yeah, definitely a memory for sure. Well, this one is tipped off. Weston gets it over to Smith and back to Weston up top, over to Argyle on the left wing. She dribbles in, gets an entry pass to Hatch, but that's going to be knocked away. by Taylor Scott under the hoop. So the Rebels will keep possession after that was tipped away by Altamont. The Lady Longhorns 3-9 on the season and looking to get another win on their resume, whereas the Rebels looking to cap off a successful weekend with a win on the road here against Altamont. Weston puts up a 3, and that rims in, almost out, but able to make that one fall to go up early, 3-0. Altamont now with their first possession going the other way. They're going to work it around the perimeter. Carter has it on the right wing. Back to, we got two Carters, both Carters. Miles has it in the corner. Up top to Bywater. Carter in the corner. She tries to feed it in, and that is deflected by the Rebels out of bounds. So Altamont will keep possession underneath. And Bywater will be the inbounder. She's looking. She's going to get it up top to Carter. Carter drives and gets it off the square and in for the bucket. So 3-2, Rebels going the other direction now. They're going to pass it around the wing, back up top to Weston. That is then stolen on the pass. Weston gets there on the other end, able to stop the transition layup. But on the second attempt, Mackley Carter able to finish. Good rebound and put back by Carter. Rebels now have it going the other way. Weston with it up top. She passes over to Argyle. Argyle back to Weston. Weston to Smith. Smith on the left wing. She gets to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle with the entry, Smith for 3 on the left wing, and that is no good. Rebounded by Pugmire. Pugmire able to keep the ball alive on this possession. Gets it back up to Weston, who passes to Argyle on the right wing. She enters it into Pugmire at the elbow, and Pugmire is fouled. That's just the first team foul here early on. So the Rebels will take the ball out underneath. And that will be Weston as the inbounder. Weston inbounds to a cutting Hatch, and that is no good. Rebounded by the Longhorns, but not able to keep hold, and that goes out of bounds. So the Rebels do keep possession once again. 32 seconds on the shot clock. Weston inbounds to Argyle. Argyle skips it over to Smith on the right wing. Smith dribbles to her left, hands back to Argyle. Argyle back to Smith on the right wing. Smith gets it in to Hatch. Hatch pump fakes and then gives to Argyle on the wing, and she hits from 3. So 2 back-to-back threes for the Rebels on the last 2 possessions. 6-4 now, and the Rebels get into their full court press. Carter catches it in transition and falls to the ground, resulting in a travel. So the Rebels will take over again right at midcourt. 5:43 to go here in the first quarter. Rebels up 6-4. Ball is inbound to Weston. She gives to Smith. Smith over to Pugmire, then back to Weston. Weston looks to her right and then to her left to Smith. Smith inbounds it to Pugmire. Pugmire, the Longhorns do well at collapsing down as Miles steals it away from Pugmire, and they're going the other way. Carter has it in the corner. Longhorns enter it in. Rebels doing a good job collapsing down. Miles goes baseline and misses the baseline shot. Smith with the rebound going the other way. She's going to go coast to coast. Not able to finish at the rim, but gets her own rebound, tries to put it back once again, and that is no good. Finally rebounded. Finally rebounded by the Longhorns, and they get it up the court. Blocked by Pugmire at the elbow, and now it is a scramble for the ball, and the Longhorns do come up with it. We've got a jump ball on the left wing that should stay in Longhorn possession. So I'm going to work on getting a more accurate roster based off of what they said in the starting lineups, and what I've got here on Max Preps is not the same. So I will just be referring to them all as the Longhorns until I can get an accurate list of players. So that's going to be a shot clock violation against the Longhorns. Good defense there by the Rebels. So the Rebels will get the ball back. Still 6-4 with 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Weston dribbles to her left, hands to Smith. Smith on the left wing, back to Weston. Argyle now on the right wing. She enters it into Smith. Smith pump fakes and passes it outside to Pugmire. Bray with the long shot. That is off. Good rebound by Hatch, and then to Weston, then to Argyle. Argyle with her second three of the game, and yesterday she had a big three from corner. So Argyle starting to catch fire this weekend with her second three of the game. In the meantime, transition pass is stolen by Hatch, and then up ahead to Smith. And the Rebels are now rolling up 11-4 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Altamont able to get it across half court and break the press. They now have it on the left wing, working it inside, defended by Page. Page able to knock that one away into the hands of Hatch. Hatch gives it right back to Smith, then ahead to Argyle. Argyle finds Pugmire in transition, and Bray is fouled on the layup. A great finish for Bray. She's going to go to the line to shoot one, make it a three-point play potentially. Into the game for the Rebels. Kira Jolly in for Brynlee Hatch. That is going to be a timeout for Altamont. I'll work on a roster in the meantime, but thank you for tuning in. Rebels up 13-4 with 3:25 to go in the first quarter. You're listening online, mylocalradio.com, and on the way airwaves at 98.3 KDQ FM.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
Okay, apologies. There was a bit of a radio silence there working on getting Altamont's roster. Bray's first foul shot is no good. That is rebounded by the Longhorns going the other way. Altamont does break that press. They take a jumper from the elbow. That is no good, but offensive rebound being put back up. She is fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot two after that attempted putback. Oh, so they're going to call that on the ground before the shot was attempted. So Altamont will inbound here. They do get it in, just right about at the right block. Good move there, but no finish there for the Longhorns. Page with the rebound, going the other way. Page passes to Weston. Weston to Argyle on the left wing. She's got 2 threes so far today. Good entry pass to Pugmire, and Pugmire not able to finish, but gets her own rebound. I would imagine Bray leads the state in offensive rebounds. She has had a ton this season. Weston passes it to Smith on the left wing. Then to Argyle. Argyle pump fakes, takes a step in, and misses the long two-pointer, and rebounding and going the other way for the Longhorns. Longhorns are going to work it around the perimeter. Three attempt is good. That was a deep three, and now that I have the right roster, let me pull up who that was. That was Wall with the long three. So 13-7 now, still in favor of the Rebels. Drake, is that the girl who transferred from Manila that just hit that three?
Yeah,
so,
number one.
So Wall, she started the season, I believe, at Manila, then her family moved, and now playing for the Longhorns. And I talked to Coach Lundgren. I believe today's her first game because there's I think a 12-game gap. So in the meantime, Jolly with the entry pass to Pugmire, and Pugmire able to finish with the and one. So her second of the game, second and one that is. She's going to go to the line to shoot one, make it a 3-point play potentially. Also, Brindley Hatch back into the game for Cass Argyle. 15-7 now, favor the Rebels. I about said make that 16, but off the front of the rim, going the other way. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. Wall gets it across half court. She enters it in to Bagley. Bagley back out to Wall. Wall drives baseline. They work it around. Thatcher gets it into Bagley. Bagley kicks it back out to Wall. Wall tries for three, and that is off the front iron. Rebounded by Weston. Weston going the other way. She gets it into Hatch. That's no good, but rebounded again by Bray Pugmire, and she's going to go to the line for the and one another time. Another offensive rebound for Pugmire and a putback.
Is that her third and one?
Of the game, yes. I think her 79th for the season.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go to a break here, a timeout, and a minute 15 to go in the first quarter. Rebels up 10, 17-7 with Pugmire at the line to shoot one when we come back. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and on the waves at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We welcome you back. Bray Pugmire's free throw is good. She completes the and one three-point play there. Rebels now up 18-7, 11-point lead here early on in the game. Full court press works as that ball is knocked away into the hands of Paige Smith, but she is not able to finish at the rim, and then there's a foul on the attempted rebound. So Longhorns to inbound after that foul. That foul was given to Bray Pugmire, her first. Second team foul for the Rebels. Just under a minute to go. Full court press still in play and being successful for the Rebels, but the Rebels able to steal it, but then they pass it back court, and so the ball will be given back to the Longhorns. Walt enters the ball into Carter. Carter crosses half court. She passes to Thacker. Thacker back to Carter, then to Wall. Thacker has it on the left wing. She passes over to Wall. Wall dribbles to the inside, trying to make it work. That is off hard, off the backboard, where she gets her own rebound and putback, and she is fouled on that putback, so that'll be an and one. Good hustle there by Wall to get that second effort in, and she'll go to the line to look to pull her squad within 8. And into the game for the Longhorns, number 30, Scott, into the game. One of the original starters. So Wall's attempt is up and good. So 18-10 with 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter for the Rebels. Smith passes it to Jolly. Jolly on the right wing. Jolly gets it to Smith in the corner. Back to Jolly. She enters it into Pugmire at the elbow. The Longhorns by committee collapse down on Pugmire, and before going out of bounds, heads up play by the Altamont coaching staff to get a timeout in, and so they will keep possession with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this. We'll take a quick break as the 30-second timeout. Stay with us. You're listening on 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team?
We are back here as Altamont with the ball, inbounds it. And they've got 9 seconds on the clock. They do get it across half court, looking for that final shot, but they're going to get called with the double dribble. And so the Rebels will have the ball with just 5 seconds to go here, up 18-10. Smith gets it across to Jolly. Jolly for the long three just off the front iron. And that will conclude the first quarter with the Rebels up 18-10. You're watching online at mylocalradio.com and on the airwaves at 98.3 KDQ FM. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back. We're here at Altamont High School as the Lady Rebels up 18-10. And to start the second quarter, Weston, Argyle, Jolly, Pugmire, and Hatch in. Weston has it in the corner. She kicks it back to Hatch on the wing. Argyle on the wing. That is stolen. Taken ahead by Wall, and Wall able to finish. And so that brings the Longhorns within 6, 18-12. We just started the second quarter. Weston gets it across to Argyle. Back to Weston, then to Jolly. Jolly passes over to Weston, then to Argyle. Rebels working it around the perimeter, trying to get an open look. Weston gets it. She drives in, and they're going to get her for the travel. Going the other way. So the Longhorns able to turn things up here defensively to start the second quarter. Rebels still in a full court press. Altamont able to break that press as Bagley gets it across, dribbles in, kicks it out to Wall. She fires from three in the corner. That is no good. Rebounded by Carter. Carter fighting for it, and they're going to call a jump ball, so that'll stay on the Longhorns' end. Into inbound for the Longhorns, number 15, Thacker. Thacker gets it in, but that is knocked away and into the hands of Weston. She's going the other way. She gets it ahead to Jolly. Jolly on the left wing. She enters it into Hatch. Hatch dribbles from the foul line, and she is fouled on the ground. So that will be the first team foul of the second quarter for the Longhorns with 6:48 to go. Rebels up 6. Rebels inbound. Jolly the inbounder. She gets it into Argyle. Argyle for three, and that is good. I believe that's her third three, right, Drake?
Yeah, that's her third one.
So third three-pointer for Argyle, shooting well today. Bagley has it at the half-court line. She passes ahead to Carter. Carter dribbles to her left. She's going to have to kick that back out. She gets it to Bagley, then to Thatcher. Thatcher to Wall. Wall passes it over to Scott, and that is through her hands and out of bounds. Into the game for the Rebels, Paige Smith, as the Rebels now up 21-12. Here with 6:26 to go in the first half. Weston dribbles across half court, passes it to Argyle, back to Weston, then to Smith. Smith for three, that is no good. Now go out of bounds, back into the possession of the Longhorns. Wall enters the ball in. She enters it into Carter. They do get it across. Scott drives hard to the hole, tries to pass it off to Wall last minute, but that is stolen by Smith. And Smith being double teamed underneath, they're going to get one of the Longhorns with a foul. I believe that was on Wall. That is her second foul of the game. And she will get subbed out. She obviously is one that they do not want to get into foul trouble, so Miles is going to come in for her with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Weston brings it across, pass to Argyle, back to Weston. Weston to Smith. Smith back to Weston. Weston fires from 3, and that is off the back iron and out of bounds, going the other way now. Carter's going to try to break the Rebel press. She gets it across to Bywater. Bywater tries to get it ahead, and that is stolen by Hatch. Hatch is going to go the other way and be fouled on her way to the rim, and so the Rebels will get the ball back underneath. In for the Rebels is Jolly. She will come in for Pugmire, and in for the Longhorns, number 34, Layton, coming in as well. So Altamont in a 2-3 zone. Jolly inbounds to the corner to Argyle. Argyle for 3 again. This one, it does go in, but before that happened, it hit the top of the backboard and then went in. So they're going to call that one no good, and Altamont will take back over. Carter has it on the left side in the backcourt. She passes over to Bywater. Bywater still looking to get it across, but she travels, and so the full court press being effective so far today. Drake, do you like the full court press?
No.
You don't like the full court press. Defensively, do you like it?
Oh, defensively, I like it, yeah. I don't like it when they press me, though.
Yeah, as a point guard, it's got to be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it is the worst thing.
So Argyle gets to Weston or to Jolly. Back to Weston up top, then to Argyle. Argyle to Weston. Argyle has on the right wing. She pump fakes and drives. She's going to kick it back out to Smith on the right wing. Smith clears and passes it over to Weston. Weston to Jolly. Jolly looks to the inside and back to Weston. Then to Smith. Smith takes the 3, and that one goes in. So a handful of Rebels with 3-pointers here in the first half. Bywater breaks that press, gets it across, but then temporarily throws it away, but Carter able to get possession back. They did get it under the basket to Miles, but it looks like she did step out of bounds. And so that will go back in the favor of the Rebels. So Jolly inbounds to Weston. Weston walks it across half court. She passes to Argyle on the right wing. To Weston, then to Jolly. Jolly back to Weston. Rebels pressing on the perimeter. Jolly for 3 from the left wing. That is off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Bagley. Bagley gets it ahead to Carter. Carter crosses half court. She's to the right wing. She enters it in. Good job by the Rebel defense. Claps down on that post and stolen by Jolly. She passes it ahead to Weston. Weston to Argyle in transition. Back to Weston, then to Jolly. Jolly to Smith. Smith with the skip pass to Argyle. Argyle for 3, and that is off the mark, but rebounded by Page, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. So Page with the offensive rebound and attempted putback, and so she'll have a shot at 2 points here, going to the line shooting 2. 3:54 to go in the first half. The Rebels up 12, and that is the 3rd foul on Scott. So I imagine she'll come out. There's 3 subs coming in for Altamont. Page's first is off and no good. So Bray subs in back into the game. She comes in for Cass Argyle. So for the Rebels, it is Smith, Weston, Jolly, Hatch, and Pugmire. Smith's second is up and good. So the Rebels up 25-12 with just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Wall has it for Altamont. She's just going to dribble past multiple defenders. She gets to the elbow and then passes across. She passes that to Miles, and Miles, it just rims out, but on the rebound, the Rebels do foul, and so the ball will stay down here in Altamont possession. So the Longhorns inbound, they give it to Bagley, and she gets a short jumper Off the glass, 25-14 for the Rebels. Weston passes it over to Smith. Smith drives to the baseline, kicks it back over to Weston. Weston back to Smith. Smith over to Weston. Weston passes to Jolly on the left wing. Jolly to Hatch. Hatch from the baseline shoots, no good, but rebounded by Pugmire. Pugmire with the putback. 27-14. Drake, does Bray come into your guys' practices and teach you how to rebound?
Yeah, all the time. I think she needs to, though.
Yeah, she's a great rebounder.
Yeah.
So the ball is passed back up to Carter, and that goes out of bounds. And just a sophomore, too, Drake.
Yeah.
Lungren's got to be excited about the thousands of rebounds still to come.
Yeah,
the next
for
few
sure.
Years.
Yeah.
Just under 3 to go here. The Rebels up 27-14. 2:53 to go in the half. Weston passes to Smith. Smith dribbles to her right, passes to Jolly. Jolly back to Smith. Smith over to Weston. Weston will try for 3. That one is off the back iron and rebounded by Miles. Miles now being pressured by Weston. She gets it across to Carter. Carter's going to dribble into the key. She'll back it back out, and that is knocked away by Smith out of bounds. Still will remain in possession of the Longhorns. Will take it underneath under their own hoop. Dottie Morse also has subbed into the game for Hatch. Altamont tries to get the inbound, knocked away again by Smith. That was attempted for Carter on the opposite block. Miles looks to inbound. She does get it in. She got into Thatcher. Thatcher's shot is no good. Rebounded by Pugmire. Passed ahead to Weston. Weston passed to Jolly. Jolly takes a step up. Pump fakes. Passes to Weston. Weston to Smith. Smith will go from the left wing. No good. Paige gets her own rebound and dribbles it back out. Good effort there for Paige to get that rebound back. Rebels up 13 with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Weston has it up top. That is blocked. Weston gets her own rebound or her own miss and gets it back to Smith. Smith dribbles in and gets the 2-point bucket. Good shot there by Paige. 29-14 now. Rebels up 15 here late in the first half. Bagley gets the rebound and attempted putback. And that is no good. And taken the other way, Weston gets it ahead to Smith. Smith enters it into Morse, and Morse is fouled at the foul line. And that may put her at the line. Yep, the Rebels are in the bonus. .131 to go in the first half. The Rebels up 15 with Dottie Morse going to the line to shoot 2. Her first is up and no good, just rims out. So Lacey McKinnon's going to come into the ball game. She is subbing in for Morse, who's at the line. Morse's second is up and off the front rim, rebounded by Pugmire. She'll kick it back out to Smith. Smith skips it over to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right and passes over to Jolly on the left wing. Jolly looking to get it inside. She does. Great entry pass there to Pugmire. Pugmire able to finish now, 31-14. Just over a minute to go. And Weston fouls Wall as she crosses half court. So that's the first team foul for the Rebels of the second quarter. And so Lacey McKinnon will come into the game for Morse. And so in for the Rebels is Jolly, Weston, Smith, Pugmire, and McKinnon. Thatcher has it up top. She passes over to Bywater. Bywater to Miles. Miles looks to enter it in to number 34, Layton, and Layton is fouled on that entry pass. So that's the second team foul for the Rebels. Second personal foul for Bray. Bywater looks to enter it in. Off the head of Weston on that inbound and then goes out of bounds. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Rebels up 17 as Pugmire will come out. Good substitution there by Coach Lungren to keep her out of foul trouble to end the half. Ball being rotated around. Miles takes it baseline. She's stopped there by McKinnon. She hands it off. A floater attempted by Altamont, rebounded by Jolly. Jolly gets it ahead. That is broken up by Miles. Yep, and they're going to get her for a travel as she is rolling around with the ball underneath. 37 seconds to go here. The Rebels will inbound here under their own basket. Jolly, the inbounder. Jolly inbounds to Smith, and that rattles around and then in. I believe that's Page's second three of the first half. Layton gets it on the other end. Jolly there to defend. Not able to finish. Rebound by McKinnon. She passes it ahead to Smith. Smith on the right wing. She looks. She dribbles into the key with the left hand and just rattles out into the hands of Miles. Bywater goes the other way. She crosses half court. And they're going to get Jolly with the hand check there right in front of the Rebel bench. Just the third team foul of the quarter, and so that will take an out of bounds for Altamont. Bywater, the inbounder. And that is Jolly's second personal. 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Bywater enters it in. Shot attempt no good by the Longhorns. Rebounded by McKinnon, and that will be it for the first half of play. The Rebels, after that Smith three-pointer, up 20 to end the half, 34-14. We'll be back after this with our halftime show. As I say, the station on main scoreboard shows the Rebels 34, Altamont 14. After the break, we'll be back with our standout student segment and first half highlights. Stay with us. You are watching online at mylocalradio.com and listening in on 98.3 KDQ FM.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
It is now time for our standout student segment, and I'm excited to catch up with Camry Call. Camry, how are things going for you today?
Oh, they're so great. I'm so excited to be doing this interview.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, I want to jump right into cheerleading as you guys are just coming off of a very exciting weekend at divisionals. Talk to me a little bit about that. We announced that you guys cleaned up. Tell me about how that was for you.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was such a great experience. We were very, very nervous, and actually it was kind of very funny, but if you'd watch our videos, you see that our signs were handwritten and handmade because we had left our signs at home.
I have not heard this story. Really? That is great.
It was awful. We were like, we're going to lose. This is going to make or break us.
Well, that just shows how great you guys did to make up for the signs. I know all about those signs. My mother-in-law helped make those signs that you guys do use. So
yeah, she did. And we didn't even
use them. You guys don't even need them. You just need hand-drawn ones. Good for you guys. So
yeah, we did.
When did you guys realize you had no signs?
So actually, it wasn't until we had gotten off the bus at the high school.
Oh, so at least you enjoyed your ride down.
Oh, yeah, we were in ignorance is bliss.
Yes, exactly. So you realized that you had them, and then do what resourceful young women do. You found poster board and markers. Is that what it was?
Yeah, we did. And we had one of the cheer moms go to Walmart and get us poster board and Sharpies.
That is amazing. Well, ironically, this interview is probably going to be playing before the Taviona game, so there's not going to be any Taviona fans that want to hear this story because it is because that's who you beat, right? Taviona was your main competition at this at divisionals.
Yes, they were.
And so you guys have state not this week, but it's next week, right? Is when state is. So talk to me about kind of how things are looking down there. Obviously, Taviona's really good competition. Anyone else that you guys have on the radar for down at state?
We haven't really seen any of the other teams like in person compete, but we are expecting, I think, 4 others besides us and Tabby.
Gotcha. Okay, so the big question is, which signs are you going to use?
Oh, I mean, one of the ladies down there was like, if you guys are superstitious and you win this, are you going to use these hand-drawn?
Right. I think that's just such a great story. Well, hats off to you guys for handling that challenge right off the bat. So, Cameron, let's talk about obviously having a great year with cheer. And now you're a senior, correct?
Yes.
Final year. How is school going, and what have been some highlights of your senior year?
School is going awesome. I love senior year. I just love being a part of a team and seeing all the new freshmen, and we had a couple new older classmen come cheer for us too, and I just love bonding with them outside of school and in school because, you know, we see each other in this tight-knit community all the time, so it's just really fun to have a teammates like that.
No, that's awesome. And so, Cameron, what are your plans for after high school? You're a little over halfway done with your senior year. Do you have plans for after high school? What are you thinking of doing?
I will graduate with my associate's degree from Snow. After I graduate and everything, I'm hoping to attend SUU in the fall, Southern Utah University in Cedar. So.
Perfect. And do you know what you'd like to study down there?
Yes, I want to go into nursing.
Really? Good for you.
Yes.
That's awesome. So what makes you want to become a nurse?
I've had a couple healthcare experiences and some challenges that I've had to overcome, and I just know that nurses make the healthcare world run, and I want to be a part of that.
You've lived through the healthcare system and feel like you want to contribute and help others.
Yes,
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for you. That's going to be great. So, Cameron, I always like to end these interviews with asking you if there's a teacher that you've had the last 4 years that's had a positive impact on you that you'd like to give a shout out to.
Yeah, can I have 2? Can I say 2?
That's great, yep.
I'd like to say Bro, just because he always put up with my questions and my comments during seminary, obviously.
He loves questions. He loves those questions.
Yeah, he does. And then I'd like to say Miss Muir, because there's never a dull moment out in concurrent, and she makes us learn and she helps us get educated, and she helps us have fun.
She is great. Probably my favorite as well. She's a legend. So
yes, she is.
Well, Camry, thanks for taking time out of your day to chat, and good luck at state next week. Good job over the weekend, and we're excited to see how you guys do down at state.
Yeah, thanks.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back to all of our listeners out there. We are at halftime of the game between the Lady Rebels and the Lady Longhorns. The Rebels up 34-14 here at halftime. We are just under 3 minutes until the start of the half, but the Rebels able to take control of this one, especially early on in the second quarter, as Coach Lundgren's full court press proved to be effective, causing multiple turnovers as we've seen so far this season. Rebels shooting the ball well, 34 points and a half is pretty good production on the year. And so the Rebels looking to close this one out and cap off the weekend with 2 wins, as obviously came up a big win yesterday. For those that were not able to tune in yesterday, both the Lady Rebels and the boys Rebels able to get 2 huge wins yesterday at Tabiona. In terms of the RPI, it was a big one. Definitely, as of today, last I looked, both the boys and girls Rebels teams #1 in the RPI, and a lot of big games on the schedule left, Tabiona being one of them. The girls have North Summit in 2 weeks, so there's definitely some more big games on the schedule, but the Rebels looking to take care of business today against Altamont. Other significant matchups happening today. Tabiona does go to Wendover. In terms of the girls, I imagine Tabiona's girls will take care of business easily there. But the boys' game should be an interesting matchup at Wendover, as Wendover has a pretty decent team this year. We'll talk about this more in the boys' game, but a shocking score came from Eureka yesterday at Tintic High School, with Tintic beating Manila's boys by 51 points. And so one of those things where you look at the Rebels beat Manila at Manila by 7 and then beat Tintic by about 16 at home, and then that happens yesterday. It just shows that every day is a new day, and you have to shoot the ball well, and sometimes it doesn't fall. The Rebels saw that in the first half yesterday, talking the boys game against Tabiona, and we're able to stick with it, and we'll talk more about that as part of the pregame show for the boys. But the girls controlling the game right now, definitely a standout. In addition to the good shooting by the Rebels is Bray Pugmire's rebounding. Multiple offensive boards and putbacks, 3 of them resulting in and-one plays. So good across the board production for the Rebels. We'll be back after this. Once again, the Rebels, the station on main scoreboard shows the Rebels 34, the Longhorns 14. We'll be back after this, and when we return, it should be about time to start things off in the second half. So stay with us. You're watching online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ-FM.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back to our listeners out there. We are just getting ready to start the second half as the Rebels up 35-14 against the Longhorns. And I've got Wyatt Ting here to run the camera for me now, and so we are just getting ready to go underway. I'll fix our scoreboard. Looks like I kept it as the first quarter, the whole first half, so sorry about that. But third quarter underway now with the Rebels starting with the ball. And Pugmire enters it into Weston. Weston brings it across half court. She dribbles to her right. Gets it over to Argyle, back to Weston. And then to Argyle in the corner. Argyle back to Weston. Argyle looking to the inside. She gets it to Smith, and then Smith the high-low play gets to Hatch, and Hatch not able to finish, and that is knocked out of bounds on the Rebels, so that will be given back to the Longhorns going the other way. Longhorns inbound. Ball tipped by Smith into the hands of Weston. Weston going the other way. She goes coast to coast, then dribbles it back out into the corner. She passes up to Argyle at the top. Argyle dribbles to her left. Looks to the inside, kicks it back up to Smith. Smith over to Weston, nearly stolen. Weston able to keep possession. Argyle now tries for three, and that is off the mark, out of bounds, and back to the Longhorns. Bywater enters into Carter. Carter throws it up ahead. Ball is taken across half court. The press is broken. Nearly a travel, but stolen away by the Rebels. Rebels have three down there before any Longhorns, and Weston passes it ahead to Argyle for the easy finish. Rebels get their first points of the half, 36-14 now. Cross-court pass is stolen by Argyle. Argyle tries to throw it off a defender. That is no good, and Bywater ends up with it, but travels. So a lot of commotion on that play, but all in all, it ends up back with the Rebels in front of the Rebels bench. Pugmire enters the ball in to Weston. Weston passes to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle back to Weston, then to Argyle in the right corner, back to Weston. Weston looking for Hatch, but she'll pass it back up to Argyle, who cross passes it over to Smith. Weston has an open look from three, and that is good from the right wing. I believe that is her second three of the ball game, 39-14 now. Rebels able to come out firing and prevent any scores from the Longhorns so far. Bagley gets it underneath. She tries for the finish at the rim. Good defense there by Pugmire. She gets the rebound, taking it the other way. She crosses half court, hands off to Smith. Smith into Hatch and then back to Pugmire, and she is fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. Great ball movement there by the Rebels, getting it down the court quickly, and not a lot of dribbling, just a lot of passing to get it down right to the basket. Textbook fast break transition there. Pugmire's first is up and no good. One more on the way. So Bray has one more here on the way. Her second is up and good. So 40-14 now for the Rebels. So the Longhorns trying to get some points on the board here in the second half as Carter enters it in. Shot is up and no good. We're going to get a hand check against the Rebels. Wall was fouled there. So number 11, I'll make note, is into the game, McConkey, and she was fouled there. She missed the shot, but had a good second rebound and put back there. She's the inbounder. She gets it in to Carter. Carter's shot is missed, but rebounded by Hatch. Hatch gets it ahead to Weston. Weston backs up and gets it over to Argyle in the corner. Argyle for three, and that is just off the mark. Rebounded by Page, and off of Page's hands, out of bounds. And so Altamont will get the ball back going the other way. Wall enters it into McConkey. McConkey passes over to Carter. Carter tries to get it ahead. That's hit away by Hatch. Wall enters it into Carter. Carter passes it back to the other Carter. Two Carters in the game right now. McConkey on the left wing. Wall with it in the corner. Altamont working on the perimeter. Bagley calling for it. They do get it to her, and she is fouled in the meantime. They're going to probably call that one on Pugmire. Wyatt, I have some listeners that want you to have a headset. Do you want a headset? Yeah, he says no. He'd probably talk way too much. Steal the show from me, wouldn't you? Ball is inbounded to Wall in the corner. Wall tries for three. That is no good, but rebounded by Bagley, and she is fouled again by Bray. So Bray with back-to-back fouls. She'll need to come out as that is her fourth foul. So Jolly into the game for Pugmire after that fourth foul. Rebels still up 40-14 with just under 5 to go in the third quarter. Ball is entered to Bagley, and she is able to finish at the rim to give Altamont the first points of the game. And then Altamont gets into a full court press. Weston able to get it ahead to Smith to break that press. Smith to Hatch. Hatch passes back up to Weston. Weston pump fakes. Dribbles to her right, passes to Jolly on the right wing. Jolly to Argyle in the corner. Jolly has it on the right wing, then back over to Weston. Weston passes to Smith. Smith enters it into Hatch, and Hatch not able to finish, but Smith with the rebound and putback. Rebels now at 42-16. As Carter passes it ahead to Wall on the right wing. Wall drives baseline and has a nice floater and finish at the baseline. 42-18 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Smith passes it ahead to Argyle. Argyle back to Smith to break the press and get across half court. Smith being double teamed but passes to Weston. Weston back to Smith. Smith open at the 3 line. She enters it into Hatch, but that's knocked away back into the hands of Smith. Smith gets to Argyle. Argyle for 3, no good, and knocked out of bounds by Bagley, so it'll stay right here. Smith doing a great job at keeping possessions alive after missed shots, as she did it once again there. Argyle comes out and Crompton into the game. Ball is inbounded to Weston, and Weston gets her third 3 of the game off that inbound pass from Jolly. 45-18 now with 3.5 to go in the third. Wall the other direction, goes right to the basket and finishes. So Wall is coming alive here in the second half, trying to get her team back into the dogfight. Crompton's pass is kicked on the other end, so that'll stay in possession of the Rebels after going out of bounds. Jolly the inbounder. She looks and gets it up to Weston on the right wing. Weston passes to Hatch up top. Hatch pump fakes and drives, and that is knocked away off of the hands of a defender. So the Rebels will look to inbound once again. Jolly looking, she finds Hatch as the cutter, and Hatch is fouled on that shot attempt, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Rebels up 25 with just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hatch's first is up and good. Into the game for the Rebels, Lacey McKinnon. She comes in for Paige Smith. So for the Rebels, it is Crompton, McKinnon, Hatch, Weston, and Jolly. And Hatch's second one is good as well. 47-20, Rebels steal the ball and take it the other way, and Weston able to take it all the way to the rim for the and one. And so she will go to the line to shoot 1 and try to make it a 3-point play. 49-20 now in favor of the Rebels. Weston looking to give the Rebels a 30-point lead with a made foul shot here. It is up and just rims out. Rebounded by Bagley. She is double teamed at the basket. She wisely throws it off the knee of a defender out of bounds. And so Altamont will get the ball. Rebels stay in a 2-3 press. Full court press, that is. Altamont trying to break it here, and they do. They get it to Wall. Wall then passes to the right wing. That shot is no good, but rebounded by Bagley. Bagley goes up again. That one is no good. Into the hands of Hatch, but it is a jump ball, so that'll stay here in Altamont's possession. Oh, so instead of a jump ball, they're going to call a foul before the jump ball. And so the Rebels will get the ball back instead of that being a jump ball. Weston gets the ball on the left. She passes it over to McKinnon. McKinnon ahead to Jolly. Jolly thinks about it and passes to Weston on the left wing. Weston 4-3, and that is off the front iron. And fighting for the rebound, the Longhorns do get it out to Bagley, and Bagley gets it ahead to Wall. Wall gets it across half court, being guarded closely by Weston. And they're going to get Weston with the foul at the extended 3 line. That is the Rebels. Got to see if they update the scoreboard here. So just the 4th foul. So not in the bonus yet. Longhorns are not in the bonus yet. 4th team foul. 2nd for Molly. Altamont works it to the inside. Not able to finish. Good rebound there by Jolly going the other way. She passes ahead to Hatch. Hatch then to Smith up top. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Jolly on the left wing. She passes to Smith and then to McKinnon. McKinnon, great find there to Hatch, and Hatch not able to finish at the rim. And so Altamont gets the rebound. That was just such a good court vision by McKinnon, who then steals it, and another great pass, gets it ahead to Smith. And Smith finishes this time at the rim, 51-20. Rebels with a commanding 31-point lead here with 1.5 to go in the 3rd. Wall has it on the right wing. She's going to try for 3, and that is off the back rim. Rebounded by McKinnon. Rebels with a hurt player, Crompton, and it rolls right to her, and then out of bounds on Altamont. So we have an injured player. We'll see if we're going to go to break. Yep, we're going to go to break. So thank you for tuning in online at mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KDQ FM. We'll be back after this.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Thank you to Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty. Just a short break there, but if you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, call Gary McKee and his team at Bear Lake Realty to find that property. Back to the game here. The Rebels throw it away back into the hands of Altamont. Bagley ends up with it. Potentially, it was off her knee. She dives for it to keep it alive, and that is tipped out by Hatch. And so the Rebels will be back on defense now. Altamont with the ball. 54 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Carter gets it across half court, passes it to the other Carter. Carter to McConkey. McConkey to Carter. Carter has it up top. She passes to Bagley. Bagley on the right block. She goes to the hole. Not able to finish. Rebounded and put back. Jolly fights for the rebound, and we'll see what the call is here. They're going to call Jolly for the foul there. That's her 5th team foul for the Rebels. So Bagley will go to the line to shoot 2. Bagley's first is up and no good. So one more foul shot coming for the Longhorns. Crompton, who was injured 2 possessions ago, is back into the game now. She comes in for Hatch. Bagley's second is up, and that rattles around and is no good. Rebounded by Morse. She passes it up to Smith. Smith to Jolly. Jolly back to Smith. 23 seconds to go in the 3rd. McKinnon passes to Smith. Smith finds Crompton on the inside. Crompton immediately throws it to Morse. Morse not able to handle it. Tries to keep it in bounds, but that is out of bounds on the Rebels. 14 seconds to go in the 3rd now. Rebels up 31 here in this game. Once again, this game will be followed by the boys playing Altamont as well. Tip-off slated to be right around scheduled for 3:30. We'll see how close we are to that. But the third quarter just about to come to a close here with 6 seconds to go. McConkey pump fakes, dribbles, gets it to Carter up top. Carter probably makes one too many passes and the time expires. So that'll be it for the third quarter. Rebels 51, Altamont 20. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Welcome back. The start of the fourth quarter. Altamont with possession. In for the Rebels is McKinnon, Morse, Argyle, Pugmire, and Weston. Altamont with the ball underneath. They get it to the elbow. That jump shot is no good. And the putback by Carter is no good, but she is fouled on that, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. Carter's first is up, and that will be off the front of the iron. No good. So a second attempt here coming up for Carter. That is up and off the front of the iron once again, rebounded by Morse. She gets it ahead to Weston. Weston gets it ahead to Argyle. Argyle skips it over to McKinnon. McKinnon thinks about it, pump fakes, and then has a nice floater and able to finish in the key. Great move there by Lacey and an even better finish. 53-20 now for the Rebels. Ball is inbounded, taken to the block, and no good. Rebounded by Bray. Bray looks ahead, and she has Argyle, who's open on the left side of the basket. She pump fakes, gets it up to Weston. Weston dribbles over to McKinnon on the right wing, back to Weston, over to Argyle. Argyle, great entry pass to Pugmire. She put it there right at the right time, and Pugmire able to finish. Rebels up 35 early on in the fourth quarter. Altamont's going to take a timeout. We'll go to break as well. Thank you for tuning in to Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back to our listeners. We are here at Altamont High School. The Uinta Basin weekend for the Rebels, playing Tabiona yesterday and Altamont today. Lady Rebels looking to close things out here with a comfortable lead here early on in the fourth quarter. Ball is entered into Carter, and she's going to dribble to her left. Kicks it over to Miles, then to Bagley at the elbow. Bagley dribbles in, and she is stopped by Pugmire, who knocks it away out of bounds. Jolly into the ball game for Weston, and Crompton into the game as well. She will sub in for Pugmire. So in for the Rebels, Morse, Crompton, Jolly, McKinnon, and Argyle. Ball is shot at the elbow from Bagley. That's no good, rebounded by Jolly. She gets it to McKinnon. McKinnon gets it up court to Argyle. Argyle not able to handle that pass, and that goes out of bounds. So that'll come back to the Longhorns. And Jay Lutz into the game for Cass Argyle, as Coach Lundgren will begin sifting in his JV team, who had a close loss the game before this one. So brighter days ahead potentially for Altamont, as their JV team did well today. Altamont now working it around the perimeter. Long two-pointer just rims out, rebounded by Bagley. Bagley goes back up with it and able to finish, giving her team their first points of the fourth. Now 55-22. McKinnon being trapped, gets it over to Lutz, then to Crompton. Crompton gets it across court, and a great entry pass to Morse. Morse not able to finish at the rim. That's rebounded by Bagley, going the other way. Carter has it up top. She finds an open man underneath and Miles able to finish. So Altamont able to get a little bit of momentum going here, as their press proves to be effective, as they're able to steal it from the Rebels. Bagley brings it across half court. Wow, a nice crossover there, but not able to finish. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up. Defended there by McKinnon, and then rebounded by Morse. And McKinnon now bringing it across half court. She dribbles to her right and hands to Lutz. Lutz dribbles to her right, passes back to Morse, then to Jolly on the left wing. Rebels working around the perimeter, trying to find a look for Crompton and Morse. Ball is entered into Morse and tipped away, but they're going to call a foul on Bagley, I believe, while defending Morse. Lyda Taylor into the game for Jolly, and so that'll probably be it for the varsity squad today as they take care of business here at Altamont. Ball is entered into Morse and tipped away by the Longhorns. Lutz gets in the jump pass to Morse. Morse, the ball was loose for a minute, and Morse is going to get called for the travel. She tries to recoup that. We are at a running clock now, even if it's a dead ball. So 3:52 to go in the game. Rebels up 55-24. Miles has it on the left wing. She hands to Wall. Wall dribbles to her right, skips over to Miles. Miles hands to Carter. Carter for three. That is no good, and rebounded by Taylor. Hands to McKinnon. McKinnon now will bring it up court. She stops short up top, passes to Taylor. Taylor back to McKinnon. McKinnon takes a dribble in and then to Lutz. Lutz to McKinnon, then over to Taylor. Taylor dribbles to the inside, then hands to Crompton. Crompton to Morse. Morse turns, doesn't have a look there, passes it away, but that is stolen by Miles. And going the other way now. Miles has the ball and enters it into Bagley. Bagley trying to make something work there, and she'll get the and one as Morse gets her with the body. So she'll go to the line to shoot one, after the and one, with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Score now 55-26. And Bagley to the line to shoot one. Bagley's shot is no good. Her foul shot no good. Rebounded and going the other way. McKinnon with the ball. She gets to the right wing. She tries to drive in, but before that happens, timeout by Coach Lundgren. with 2:49 to go. He wants to go over some things with his JV squad. We'll be back after this. You're listening on 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We are back here as the fourth quarter is shortly coming to an end, with it being 2:49 left in the game. The Rebels up 55-26 currently. Ball is inbounded to Morse. She is not able to finish, but gets her own rebound, and she is going to be fouled in the process. Nobody in the bonus yet, so the Rebels will take the ball out of bounds with Lutz being the inbounder. Lutz looking, she's going to pass it up top to McKinnon. McKinnon drives to her left, and they're going to call a foul once again on the Longhorns, and so the Rebels will take it out again here. Rebels will try this again. Lutz to inbound. Good drawn-up play there as it ends up in the hands of Morris, and she is fouled on that attempt. Almost goes, but she'll go to the line to shoot two now. Morse's first is up and just off the back iron. So she'll have one more attempt here. Once again, the boys will be tipping off following this game. We'll have a short post-game and pre-game show, and then the boys will tip off for the final game of the weekend. I did want to give a wrestling update from yesterday. I don't have one yet for today, but I did have one yesterday. I'll pull that up here as we watch the end of this fourth quarter. Lutz enters the ball and she gets to McKinnon. McKinnon able to finish at the hoop, so the Rebels do get their points on their end now, 57-26. Basket made there by the Longhorns, a three-pointer. Three-point play, 57-29 now. So results from yesterday for wrestling. Let's see, Tag Stewart yesterday, he won 1-1. Austin Van Syke 1-2. Jasper Johnson 1-1, lost 2. Riker Kirk 1-2, lost 1. Traxon Chandler won both of his. Hudson Perry won both of his. Wilkes Weston won his one match. Porter Keach 0-2. Ryan Goff 0-1. Bailey Weston 1-0. And Ian Adams 1-0. And I guess Jordan Johnson yesterday had 2 byes. And so we will keep you updated. If anyone has those wrestling updates, send them over to me and we'll read them on air, as the girls are at Ridgeline and the boys at Aberdeen. 1:49 to go here. Rebels up 57-29. Morse foul shot is no good. Rebounded by Wall. Wall tries to get it ahead. That is deflected, but back into the hands of the Longhorns. Carter looks into Bagley, but that is knocked away by McKinnon. Good defense there in the post. Lutz gets it, but back to McKinnon. McKinnon crosses court to Crompton. Crompton picks up her dribble and looks and hands to McKinnon. Then McKinnon dribbles to her left, passes to Taylor. Taylor dribbles to her right, passes to Lutz. Lutz dribbles down from the right wing, enters it into Morse. Morse able to make some room, but not able to finish there, as that is tipped away back into the hands of Bywater, and Bywater passes across to Carter. Carter gets it across half court. 1 minute to go in the game. Ball is entered in to Wall. Wall dribbles and puts it up, and that is no good and tipped out of bounds by the Rebels. And so Altamont will keep possession under their basket. Bywater to inbound. She is looking, gets it into Bagley. Bagley with a nice finish off the board. Two-pointer, 57-31 now for the Rebels. Ball is passed across to Taylor. Taylor back to McKinnon. McKinnon dribbles to her left, passes to Lutz. Lutz dribbles to her right. And able to finish at the hoop. Nice screen set there by Morse to give Lutz that lane, and she is able to finish at the basket. 59-31 with 10 seconds to go here. Bagley looking to get one final point in, and she will go out with the three-point play potentially. She just had the two, and she'll go to the line for the and one attempt. Now 59-33 for the Rebels with 6 seconds to go in the game. Bagley's shot is up and just rims out. Rebounded by Hatch, but that is knocked away. Back into the hands of the Longhorns, and they are able to get another basket in. So the final score, 59-35 for the Lady Rebels. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have a quick post-game show followed by the boys' game against Altamont. Thank you for tuning in to 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be back after this.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankum serves patients of all ages. Call today and schedule dental appointments for your family. Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back. We are here for our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. The Rebels take care of business 59-35. We'll do a quick post-game show before the start of our pregame show for the boys' game. Precision play of the game. The Rebels did a great job with their transition offense today, and there was a really nice one where Kira Jolly was able to get it ahead quickly to Brindley Hatch and then to Bray Pugmire, and the ball never touched the floor, so just a great example of a transition offense. And that was brought to you by D. McKay Frankham and the precision play of the game. Our Crawford Trough player of the game, Bray Pugmire, huge on the boards today. Just in the first half alone, had 3-and-1 plays and plenty more offensive rebounds in addition to that. And so just a great game by her and the rest of the Rebels as they are able to take care of business today, 59-35. So thank you for tuning in to the girls' game. We'll now transition to the pregame show for the boys with an interview with Coach Lex Cornea. After that,
time for our coach's show, and I'm here with Coach
transition
Cornea
and have another game coming your way. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Ellingford Brothers pregame show.
Time for our coach's show, and I'm here with Coach Cornea. And Coach, I'm excited. I know you are. I know the boys are. I'll acknowledge that it's got to be treated like every game, but a big one with Tabiona, followed by Altamont the next day. Let's start with the weekend. You guys were able to go 3-0, had some good competition at the Fossil Classic at Kemmer High School. Talk to me about some high points from the weekend.
Well, I just think our level of scrappiness and competitiveness, we had to win games multiple ways. You know, just different guys that stepped up in different roles in each game, depending on what the game kind of asked of them. It was really good to see. And we knew we had to fill a hole with Riker being out with that ankle and giving him some time to heal up. And I thought that some of our guys off the bench just did a phenomenal job, you know, came in both ends of the floor, defensive and offensive sparks. And Kemmer, I think we caught them on the right night. Watching them beat Cokeville the next morning, it was like watching two different teams. But Big Piney and in Farson, those are quality teams who would do very well in 1A Utah. So to go 3-0 confidence-wise and just kind of guys believing in it, it was a great weekend.
Is it accurate to say that Farson was the perfect prep game for Tabiona with how physical they played and just a very similar type of product that we usually see out of Tabiona?
I would say yes, except for the fact that Tabiona's guard play is at a very, very high level. You know, Farson, they're big men. You know, both of them kind of mimic what Gavin Rhodes has been able to, and even Vertus, you know, coming off the bench, Vertus Winder, and just kind of their presence down low. But no way could we press Tabby the entire game and win, in my opinion, knowing that team. Bryson Fabrizio, the Giles kids, the Park kid. I mean, these are kids who play a lot of basketball, handle the ball all the time. And I think with Farson, we got some kids who really loved football, decided to come out for basketball, and you could see it in their ball handling.
Coach, what message did it send? You mentioned your bench play and how well it's gone this year. What message did it send to your team being able to win that game against Farson with Ridge not being able to be himself, being in foul trouble? It was his night. You know, it seems like everyone gets their turn of getting that foul bug, and unfortunately for Ridge, Saturday night was his turn. What did it do for your team to be able to win a game like that and not be dependent on Ridge?
You know, you look at our scoring, and we are dependent on all of our kids, without a doubt, you know, especially Ridge. I think everybody kind of knows that we have multiple guys that can step up and really produce points for us. I mean, I think we've had 5 different kids approach the 20 mark in scoring in a game. You know, Riker Hoffman opened for us with 18. And so I think they know that we have different ways to score when Ridge is not going. And then there are nights when he is going and pretty special. In that game that, you know, he only had 4 points, he hit 4 or 6 from the free throw line. He had 5 assists that night. He had 9 rebounds in limited minutes because of foul trouble. And one thing I love about Ridge and all our guys is I really think they've just fallen in love with winning, and they could care less, you know, what their stat line is. And I know you hear coaches say that all the time. It's absolutely true with this team.
I'll echo that. I talked to Ridge yesterday at church, telling him how awesome of a weekend it was, and he agreed. You could tell that the 4-point game had zero effect on him. He was excited that they beat Farson in that game and ready for Tabiona. You've got a great group, and Coach, I'm looking forward to my interview with Coach Gines. I mean, I feel comfortable calling him a legend in 1A basketball. I mean, I've watched him coach since I knew what basketball was, and he's still there doing his thing. He coached against you as a player. Now you're coaching against him. What's that like, coaching against Coach Gines?
It's a little disconcerting coaching against a guy who knows what a horrible player you were. And, there's no lying to him about, I was, it's like, oh no, you were horrible. But, a guy like him with as many wins and the longevity and the titles, he could have kind of an ego and not be friendly. And that's exactly the opposite. I consider him one of my good friends. And I actually think, after the game, he is a huge fan of our region and wants to see us all go do well at state. I see him being an advocate for guys, for young coaches, putting his arm around them. I know that he reached out to Coach Patton at Tinnick, first-year head coach. Even though he carries that aura of just the 40 years of very high-level basketball, he's very approachable. He'd do anything for you. Even though on Friday night, I know he's going to do, he'd give anything to be able to beat Rich on their home floor. What a great guy. And we're very close with their assistants as well. And even the fans at Tabby, as loud as it might get during the game, I have a lot of people come up and talk with me, and we maintain a relationship, and they're very friendly. We always felt very welcome to Tabby, even more welcomed if we lose.
That's right. Well, I believe it was at Tabby last year we got snowed in, right? And many of them opened their homes up to our players and coaches.
They made a spaghetti in the lunchroom, and just very accommodating people. And Coach Gine, I don't know, he's an example of how it's done right, and not just for a year or two, but for 40. Big time mentor and somebody I think our whole community should look up to and respect.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend. It'll be a fun one going to both Tabulona and Altamont. So good luck, and we'll see you down there.
Thanks, Bradley.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
It is now time for our Where Are They Now segment, and I am here with my good friend Matt Hutchinson. I think a lot of people would be interested to see where you're at in life now. And so I wanted to take a few minutes to chat with you and get an update on how things are going for you. Matt graduated. He was class of 08. So Matt, give our listeners a update on what you've been up to since your days at Rich High School.
Okay, kind of a lot, but thanks for having me first.
It's good. Yeah, absolutely.
To keep in touch with alumni still. So right now I'm in Richfield down in Utah. And I actually saw you here not too long ago.
Yeah, that's the second home of most Rich County sports goers for sure.
Yeah, I try to slip over to the 1A meets and stuff whenever I can, but
awesome.
That's not as often as I'd like it to.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm working down here. My wife's from here. Together we have 3 little girls, and I work at the Richfield Vet Clinic as the associate veterinarian here, just me and one other guy that works in our clinic, the associate veterinarian, and I graduated from vet school in 2020, so right during all that COVID stuff, made things more interesting.
And where did you go to school, Matt?
Washington State University.
So you're a veterinarian living in Richfield, a place very familiar with most of our listeners. Matt, where did you meet your wife?
So I actually met her when I was doing my undergraduate at Utah Valley University when I was trying to get into vet school. She was working as a nurse up there, and I actually worked with her sister when I was doing my prerequisites, and her sister introduced.
Matt, let's talk about your days at Rich High School. What are some good memories that you had from your time at Rich that come to mind and you look back on?
Quite a few, honestly. Anytime we're back there, it just brings back all sorts of memories. Just, back when life was simpler and responsibility, we couldn't wait to get out of it. And now we probably wish we could get back into it a little. Just like I was telling you the other day, for some people that might not be familiar, is you and good friend Clayson Myers and just a bunch of other people convinced me to play football my senior year. Anytime I go to the games around here, my nephew plays football in Richfield. Just brings back memories of Rich High School playing football, and we went to the championship that year. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. That was a great year. And I've told you this, but I've always said, the line that I got to play behind my sophomore year, which was that year, was just an amazing line, and you were part of that. And it was.
We had to keep you safe. You did.
Yeah, I was fragile.
No, you were on top of your game. But no, it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate that. You're too kind.
Matt, what are some things and you live in a rural community still, which is great, and you're fortunate to be able to, but what do you think that living in a community like Rich County does for you? For those that leave Rich County to go do different things, what do you think you're able to take with you from the community itself, not just Rich High School?
I feel like the communities it's really hardworking. I'm not sure if the cities are as hardworking, but they have to abide by a lot of those labor laws, whereas we were all working as kids. Taught us a sense of community just because we knew everybody, but it also taught us to work for what we want. And that's my parents really taught me that too, to work for what I want, and that's really what got me through vet school. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tough. That's where most of my hair disappeared, was during vet school.
Well, it's an impressive accomplishment. So all of our listeners can know, Matt has been my go-to for very random animal questions. He's answered them spot on each time, so you're a talented vet
hopefully.
As well. So,
thank you.
Well, Matt, I always like to end these interviews with the same question. And is there a teacher that you'd like to give a shout-out to that had a positive impact on your life during your time at Rich High School?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, and it's an even tougher one for me because it was Coach Grohl. I miss the heck out of that guy, and it was tragic what happened. But he really, when I started football my senior year, he really took me under his wing to kind of catch me back up. And he was good to me when I wasn't so good to him, or even such a good kid as I should have been. He was always really good to me, and he pushed me to be better than what I was at the time.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And, I feel like everyone that went to high school during our time, him passing away so suddenly and unexpectedly was just
an absolute blindside. So great shout out to him. Very, very good man. And he hit it spot on. He was the kind that, like with you, with jumping back into football, he was the one that was patient with things like that and the perfect assistant coach at that time for stuff like that. Matt, thanks for taking time. I know that you're busy with your girls and everything else going on. So thanks for taking time to chat with me about Chi Sports.
Anytime, least I could do. Go Rebels.
It is now time for our Where Are They Now segment, and I am here with my good friend Matt Hutchinson.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus. I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Dylan Fonsbeck. I'm a junior, and I play forward.
I'm Carter Scott. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Carter Grohl, junior, forward.
Cade Nelson, junior, forward.
Ridge Lundgren. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Dylan Wasden, junior, forward.
My name is Jet Holmes. I'm a junior, and I play point guard.
My name is Riker Hoffman. I'm a shooting guard, and I'm a senior.
Carter Hoffman, shooting guard, senior.
Drake Weston, senior, guard.
Daniel Smith, senior, forward.
Dax Jolly, small forward, freshman.
Connor Creel, I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Wyatt O'Malley, I'm a freshman, and I'm a guard.
Wyatt Tingy, freshman, guard.
Bodie O'Malley, sophomore, center.
My name is Nash Perry, and I am a freshman, and I play guard.
I'm Valen Cornia. I'm a freshman, and I play guard.
Hunter Cordia. I'm a freshman, and I play center.
Connor Argyle. I'm a freshman, and I'm a center.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior.
Welcome to our listeners as we are just getting ready to get the boys game underway. For the boys, for the Rebels today, starting Daniel Smith, Ridge Lundgren, Riker Hoffman, Carter Scott, and Drake Weston. The Longhorns come in a rough season so far, 1-9 in their league, and just looking at their schedule here. So many don't realize this. Altamont is actually 2A in basketball, so they've been playing the 2A schedule so far, and a very competitive one. But getting ready to tip things off here as Smith will win the tip over to Weston, and Weston passes to Lundgren. Lundgren passes ahead to Weston. Weston goes to the hole, but that is tipped away. Defended there and rebounded by Rust. And Rust passes it ahead. They get a good look inside the wall, and that is tipped away into the hands of Hoffman, but Hoffman out of bounds when he caught that pass. And so Altamont will keep possession. Jessen, the inbounder. He gets it into Rust. Rust passes over to Wall, and then thrown out of bounds by Jessen. So Rebels will get the ball back, going the other way. Hoffman inbounds to Weston. Weston bringing up the ball. He crosses half court. Gets a screen from Smith and passes it to Scott. Scott back to Weston. Weston gets it inside to Smith. Smith gets it back out to Weston. Weston now open for three. He takes it, and that will roll in for the Rebels' first scores of the game. Now up 3-0 after that Weston three-pointer. Altamont tries to get it down quickly the other end. That is thrown away and out of bounds. And so the Rebels now will get the ball back, going the other way. Weston dribbles to his left, passes to Smith on the left wing. Smith gets it into the elbow to Hoffman. Hoffman passes back over to Weston. Weston into Lundgren. That is tipped away back to Weston. And Weston dribbles to his left. That is tipped away, and he'll hand to Scott. Scott now at the top of the key, and he'll pass into Lundgren at the foul line. A great find by Ridge, but a good block there by Wall mid-air against Hoffman, and the Longhorns going the other way. They have it there on the left wing. And they're going to try to set things up here. Once again, not an accurate roster completely on Max Preps. Wall with it in the corner. He passes to the inside to number 40, Sorensen. Sorensen not able to finish. Scott gets it up ahead to Hoffman, and Hoffman gets to the basket, and he is fouled on that attempt, so he'll go to the line to shoot two. The Rebels again without Carter Hoffman this weekend due to a concussion. From what I've heard, he's out next week as well, so definitely a big loss for the Rebels, as he's a key contributor, but we wish him the best and a speedy recovery to be able to be playing basketball in February again for the Rebels. Hoffman's first is no good. His second is up, and that one rolls in to give the Rebels a 4-point lead here in the first quarter. Rebels now in a full court press. Altamont does get it across half court, able to break that press. Rust gets it to Wall in the corner. Wall looks, tries to drive baseline, but he is stopped there by Scott. They do get it to the middle. Missed jump shot once again from the foul line, and Hoffman with the rebound. He will go coast to coast and pull back up. Gives to Lundgren. Lundgren to Smith, and back up to Scott. Scott to Hoffman. Weston in the corner. He'll dribble to his left. Tipped pass over to Scott. Scott to Hoffman. Hoffman thinks about it, and then he'll hand back to Scott, and then back up to Weston to reset things. You'll see that Ridge Lundgren out there on the floor after what they're coining as the flu game yesterday. Weston with the deep three before the shot clock expires. Drake's second three of the game, 7-0 now. Scott almost steals that pass, but Wall gets it in the corner. He drives, and he'll pull up for a short jumper. No good. Good rebound there by Hoffman. He'll go up and finds Weston up ahead, who does not able to finish at the hoop on that left-handed layup. And the Longhorns now taking it the other way. Wall in the corner. He gives to Rust, back to Wall. Wall gives back to Rust, and he's able to finish at the hoop. Now a 5-point game. Rebels up 7-2. After that finish at the hoop, Scott gets it across half court and gives to Lundgren. Lundgren on the extended left wing. He jabs, and tipped pass by the Longhorns. They've had a few of those so far. Scott for three. I haven't become accustomed to what it looks like when Scott misses a three. I thought that was going to go in. The ball almost goes out of bounds. Back into the hands of the Rebels. Weston hands to Scott. Scott will go for three again, and this time it goes. That's more like it. And that will be Carter Scott's 20th three in the last 4 games, as we've got a full game still ahead of us. But yeah, coming into the day, he had 19 threes over 3 games, which was a great stretch, and another one there. Rebels up 10-2 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And a Wall is going to be called with the travel, and so it'll go the other way now. So a couple substitutions in for the Rebels is, I guess, just one. Jet Holmes in for Drake Weston. And Hoffman will inbound to Lundgren. Lundgren hands to Holmes. Holmes is going to bring the ball up. He gets it across half court, dribbles to his left, passes to Lundgren on the left wing. Back to Holmes up top. He finds Scott. Scott, an open three. That is up and good. So 13-2 for the Rebels. Altamont's going to take a timeout. We'll go to break as well. Rebels up 11 here early in the game. After that, a second straight three-pointer for Carter Scott. Thank you for tuning in. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and over the air at 98.3 KDQ FM.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back. We are here in the first quarter with the Rebels, an 11-point lead with 3:39 to go in the first quarter. Altamont takes the jumper, and that's no good. Rebounded by Scott going the other direction. And Scott gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman to Holmes up top. Holmes hands to Scott. Rebels getting there, weaving in to find an open look, and Holmes will go to the hoop and finish at the rim. Rebels now up 15-2 in the first quarter. And they're going to get a travel called on Altamont, so the Rebels get the ball back. Lundgren to inbound to Holmes. So Holmes brings it across half court, dribbles to his right. He's looking, gets it to Lundgren up top. Lundgren over to Scott. Scott for the alley-oop play to Lundgren, and that is good. The success percentage on that play is quite high this year, as Ridge able to finish at the hoop. And on the other end, Altamont able to get an and one play. They'll go to the line to shoot two after that made basket. The one foul shot is up and just rims out, rebounded by Lundgren. Going to go the other way. So Lundgren passes ahead to Scott. Scott dribbles to his left, hands to Holmes. Holmes up to Lundgren. Lundgren dribbles to his left, finds an open Smith on the wing, and then Smith hands to Holmes, then back to Lundgren. Lundgren with a step back three, and that is good. That was a pretty one. Rebels doing a great job moving the ball. A lot of unselfish play here. Altamont able to break the press. They get it ahead, and no good. And they will get it up across. Lundgren with the rebound. He gets it to Holmes. Holmes to Hoffman. Hoffman's going to dribble it back out, up to Lundgren. Lundgren thinks about the deep three and hands to Smith. Holmes now on the left wing. Gets it back to Smith and then to Hoffman. Hoffman hands to Scott. Over to Holmes in the left corner. Holmes feeds it into Smith. Smith posts up, and he is fouled on that shot attempt, so he'll go to the line to shoot two. Daniels first is up and just rims off the front. Weston into the game for Scott. Scott with two back-to-back threes here in the first quarter. And so Daniel's second shot is up, and this one is good. Rebels now up 21-4 with just under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Rebels still in a full court press, which is broken by Altamont, and they have crossed half court. Looking to the inside, they get it in, but no good. Lundgren with the rebound. He's going to go the other way quickly. He gets it ahead to Holmes. Holmes is going to try for three, and this one just rims out. Rebounded by Rust, and he's going to go the other way. Altamont tries to set up a quick transition play, and that is thrown out of bounds. And the Rebels will take back over with 1:21 to go here. Lundgren inbounds to Holmes. Holmes to walk it across. 1:18 to go in the first quarter. Holmes crosses half court and hands to Lundgren on the left wing. Lundgren dribbles to his right, has a screen. He's going to go all the way to the rim, and a nice finish for Ridge. Playing well after being sick at the end of last night's game. Altamont gets it across half court. Rust for three, and that is off the mark. But Wall with the rebound. He knocks it off. He knocks it out of bounds off the stomach of Holmes, and so Altamont will keep the ball on their end with 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball is inbounded. Altamont looking to drive. They pass around the perimeter, looking to work it inside. Wall has it on the baseline, being guarded by Smith. He tries to go baseline and dribbles it off the knee of Daniel Smith. 37 seconds to go. Altamont tries for three. That is no good, but rebounded again. Shot clock is reset, but Altamont gets the ball back. Another three attempted, and this one is good. So Altamont able to stop their scoring drought with a three-pointer there. Now it is 23-7 in favor of the Rebels with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rebels will go for the final shot here. Lundgren dribbles to his left, able to get past his man and nearly I think that was a dunk. I wish I was looking at the call from the refs, so I wasn't able to get a replay there. But anyone able to rewind it on mylocalradio.com, I think Rich finished with a dunk there and the and one. That is definitely one to go back on a replay to, and we'll see if he finishes that play here with the and one, and he does. So 26-7. 4 seconds to go. Rust will get the last shot up, and that is no good. So that's the end of the first quarter. The Rebels up 26-7 here at Altamont High School. We're going to go to a quick break. We are online at mylocalradio.com and on the airwaves at 98.3 KDQ FM. Thanks for tuning in.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back. A strong first half for the Rebels. Up 26-7 now on the Longhorns as we start our second quarter. We rewatched that finish by Ridge Lundgren. Nearly a dunk for him to end the first quarter, but a three-point play nonetheless. And in for the Rebels on the floor is Grohl, Scott, Weston, Holmes, and Fonsbeck. Ball is entered in. On the left wing for Altamont. Rust has it on the right wing. He enters it in and almost finished there for Altamont, but rebounded by Fonsbeck and passed out to Scott. Scott tries to find Weston underneath. That is knocked away, but eventually back into the hands of Grohl, who gets it to Holmes and then to Weston in the corner, and Weston hits from three as well. I believe that's his second or third three. Third from the ball game. Dax Jolly with me confirming that Weston is 3 for 3 so far. Wall on the other end. Nice finish at the rim. So now 29-9 for the Rebels as Grohl passes it to Holmes. Holmes to Scott. Scott for three, and that is good. I believe, what is that for him, Dax? So he is 3 for 4 from three. So both Scott and Weston with 3 threes so far. Wall takes a shot from the elbow. That is no good. Rebounded by the Longhorns. They keep this possession alive. Another three up and missed. Scott now with the rebound, and he'll go the other way. Good crossover and nice find to Holmes right underneath the basket. Just very unselfish play as usual from this Rebel team. And that will be out of bounds on the Longhorns, so Rebels get the ball back. Scott inbounds to Holmes. Holmes crosses half court and passes to Scott. Scott dribbles to his left. Good crossover and puts it back to Grohl. Grohl to Holmes. Holmes on the left wing. He gets a screen. He pump fakes and hands to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck to Grohl. And then back to Holmes on the left wing. Skip pass over to Scott, and then Scott's going to reset things. He is up at the top with 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Holmes has it on the left wing. Passes to Scott. Scott dribbles into the key, a short jumper, and that is good. Pretty shot there from Carter Scott. 36-9 with under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Rebels with a nearly perfect first half so far. They're going to get either Scott or Holmes on the foul on the other end. They're going to give that to Carter, and that will be his first foul, first team foul for the Rebels this quarter. Let me pull up my Altamont roster here. Number 20, Luke True at the line to shoot 2. Luke 2, T-E-W, a freshman. And he actually played pretty well in the JV game. But yeah, just a freshman. To the line to shoot, and his second is off the mark. So his first was made, but misses the second. And sophomore. So the sophomore goes 1 for 2 from the foul line. And they get it up ahead to Weston on the wing. Weston to Grohl. Grohl tries to skip pass it to Scott, but that is stolen and taken the other way and finished there for Altamont. 36-12 now, favor of the Rebels. Scott has it up top. He skips it over to Weston in the corner. Weston to Holmes. Holmes gets it back to Weston. Weston drives baseline with the floater, and that is good. Nice floater for Drake on the baseline. 38-12 now. Altamont, a good transition play there to break the press. And Altamont able to finish at the rim. Rebels get it ahead to Holmes. Holmes, he tries for the finish at the rim, but that is blocked and sent out of bounds. And so the Rebels will now have an out of bounds play here. So just a brief timeout for the official to tie our shoe. And we are back now. 4:55 to go in the first half. Weston finds Fonsbeck cutting to the hole, and Dylan Fonsbeck with the nice finish at the rim. 40-14. Altamont able to break the press. They get it to Wall in the corner. Wall hands to 2. 2 misses, but rebounded by the Longhorns. Wall puts it up, and that one goes. So 40-16 now. Holmes looks to get across. He crosses half court, passes ahead to Scott. Scott dribbles in, hands to Grohl. Grohl will try for 3 from corner, and that one just off the mark. Scott tries for the rebound, but Altamont able to get it ahead to Wall, and Wall finishes. Now 40-18. Altamont on a bit of a run here, able to get some more momentum. Holmes has it on the right wing. He passes to Scott. Scott passes to Holmes, then to Fonsbeck. Scott has a lane. He drives. Great finish there amidst the contact. Bring his side up 42-18. A lot of transition offense back and forth here as Altamont able to score once again. Now 42-20. Scott all the way to the hole. And nice, pretty finger roll from Carter. Once again, Wall gets it down across the other end. Fonsbeck contests in midair and able to make him alter a shot, and as a missed shot, and Coach Corney's going to want to take a timeout. And he has a lot of subs coming in, so we'll talk about who's in when we come back. You're listening on 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
Welcome back to our listeners. We are here in the second quarter coming out of a timeout. Rebels up 44-20 here at Altamont High School, finishing off the weekend here as Lundgren enters it into Hoffman. Once again, into the game, Lundgren, Hoffman, Aiden Weston, Daniel Smith, and Cade Nelson. Entry pass to Weston is tipped away but stolen back by Hoffman. Hoffman hands to Weston. Weston to Nelson. Nelson hands to Weston. Aiden Weston with the drive and dish. Nice find there to Cade, and Cade Nelson is going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. .302 to go here in the first half as Nelson will go to the line to shoot 2. Nelson's first is up and no good with one more on the way. Cade's second is up and off the front of the rim and rebounded by Altamont, heading the other direction. Russ gets it in the inside to the post, and they are able to finish 44 to 22 now. And on the other end, Riker Hoffman with the finish. The other way, I was putting our score in and I missed it. Dax Jolly able to be my eyes. Ball is tipped now, intended for Wall. Wall fights for it. Rust ends up with it on the corner. Rust drives, dribbles it off his foot and into the hands of Lundgren. Lundgren weaving through defenders and able to finish with the left hand at the rim. Nice finish there for Ridge. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Wall takes the dribble in, and he is fouled on the jumper. And so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Rebels up 26 here in the first half with just over 2 minutes to go until the break. Wall's first is up and just rims out. Into the game for the Rebels. Dylan Wasden coming in for Ridge Lundgren. Wall's second. It is up and good. 48 to 23. Favor of the Rebels. Ball inbounded to Aiden Weston. And they're going to get Altamont with a foul there. That was 25 is one I don't have a name for according to their roster. Weston gets it ahead to Smith. Smith ahead to Nelson. Nelson gets it to Wasden, and Wasden not able to quite finish at the hole. Altamont with the rebound going the other way. Whiting passes it across to number 25. 25 to the outside to 2, and 2 with the three-pointer. 48 to 26 now. Wasden gets it ahead to Smith. Smith to Nelson. Nelson loses the handle on it, and Rust steals it and taking it the other way. 2 with another three-pointer, and that is off the back iron, rebounded by Smith. And Smith bringing it across half court. Dribbles to his left and passes over to Weston. Weston to Wasden, then to Hoffman. Hoffman drives to the basket, and he is fouled, so he will now go to the line to shoot 2. Hoffman's first is up and rolls in. Riker looking to make this one 50 to 26. So number 23 into the game for Altamont. That's Porter Whiting. And the second is good. So 50 to 26 now with a minute to go in the first half. Whiting with the ball in the right corner. Back over to 25. 25 drives in. Back to Whiting on the right wing. Whiting drives and dishes out. Number 21, Jessen, he drives to the hoop, not able to finish. And Smith with the rebound going the other way. Passes to Wasden at the top, 45 seconds on the clock, 26 on the shot clock. That is knocked away in the hands of Wall. Wall passes it ahead to Jessen. Jessen up to number 25. 25 is blocked by Wasden at the hoop. Good defensive play there by Wasden. And Altamont will keep possession on their end as Jessen looks to inbound. Jessen inbounds to 2. 2 for 3, and that is no good. Rebounded by Wasden. And into the hands of Smith. Smith brings it across. No shot clock. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Hayden Weston's going to hold it up top to play for the last shot. He passes to Hoffman on the right wing. Hoffman looks to alley-oop it to Smith. Smith tries with the one-handed tip in, and that is no good. Into the hands of Wall. Wall brings it across half court. Loses a handle on it, but able to get it over to Whiting. And Whiting hits from the baseline to finish out the half. And so that will end the first half with the score. The Rich Rebels 50, Altamont Longhorns 28. We'll go to a quick break. When we get back, our standout student segment and our first half highlights. Thank you for tuning in to 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7's services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
It is now time for our standout student segment, and I'm excited to talk to Kobe Johnson. Kobe, how are things going for you today?
Pretty good.
It's your senior year. How are you feeling about things? You said that last time you did an interview for the radio, you were a freshman. Now you were a senior. Did that fly by?
Honestly, it went a lot faster than I thought it would. I wasn't really expecting to be a senior yet.
Yeah, and it only gets faster. I'm sure you've been told that. So, Kobe, what have been some highlights so far? You're a little over halfway done with your final year of high school. What's been some highlights so far?
I don't know. I've taken concurrent classes, and that's been a cool opportunity, and it's getting closer to the end, and so I'm kind of excited to be getting done with high school and have done some college things and kind of getting ready to go out in the future.
Are you taking concurrent classes this semester?
Yeah, I am.
So which ones are you currently doing?
I currently have stats, English 2010, economics, and 2 different history classes.
Well, that's awesome. So, Kobe, what are your plans after high school?
I'm not quite sure of the order I'm going to do things, but I want a mission, and I'd also like to keep going to school and finish and get a degree, so that's kind of what I'm planning on.
Do you have an idea yet what type of degree you're going to get or what kind of profession you're going to look towards? And it changes about 100 times after you graduate, but just curious if right now you have an idea of what you'd like to do for a profession.
I definitely feel like it can change, and I like a lot of different things, but right now I'm leaning towards business and more specifically finance.
Awesome. Well, good for you. So Brother Leifson tells me that you are a big skier. Is that true?
Yes, I love skiing. It's my favorite.
Well, and your dad's super good at it as well, right?
Yeah, he's quite a lot.
Yeah, I've heard he's pretty amazing up there. So let's talk about that. What is it about skiing that you love, and especially with being able to do it with your dad? What are some things you love about that?
Well, one of the things I really love about skiing is that you're really just competing against yourself and that you can improve and get better, and it's focused just on you. And I like being outside a lot. I absolutely love the mountains and snow, and getting to do all of it with my dad is pretty cool because it's one of the best ways we can spend time together, and we're both doing something we really love and are passionate about.
So how long have you two been skiing together?
The first time I ever went skiing, I think I was 8 or 9.
That's awesome. So you've been able to do a lot of skiing now. That's been about 10 years going with your dad up to Beaver Mountain. How is the snow this year up at Beaver?
It's good. It's not quite a lot yet, but it's getting there, and I'm just happy we have some snow to ski on.
That's great. And you've got a younger brother, the sophomore, correct?
Yes.
So what's it like being able to see your dad and your brother at school every day this year during your senior year?
It's pretty cool. I mean, that's one of the benefits, to being in a smaller town is you get to see more of the people you care about, and it's cool because if I ever need my dad for anything, it's not too hard to find him.
Absolutely, and he's a smart guy. He's always just running around fixing everyone's problems, it seems like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kobe, I always like to end these interviews with your last 4 years at Ridge High School. Is there a teacher you'd like to give a shout out to that's had a positive impact on your life?
Yeah, there's a lot of good influences I've had. I have a hard time picking. One of the coolest teachers I've ever had is Mr. Pugmire. He's taught me a lot of different things.
He's a great teacher. So you've had him for a bunch of different English classes?
Yeah, I had him all through my junior year.
Awesome. Well, Kobe, thanks for taking time out of your day to talk with me, and good luck for the rest of your senior year, and cherish the snow. We'll have it for a few more months, so soak it up and enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thanks, Kobe.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome back to our listeners. We are at halftime of the boys varsity game of the Rich High Rebels versus the Altamont Longhorns, with the Rebels leading 50-28, and we will go through our first half highlights. And for the Rebels, the score sheet so far, Riker Hoffman with 5, Holmes with 4, Weston with 11, Lundgren with 12, Scott with 15, and Fonsbeck with 2. And so the Rebels continue this stretch of just great shooting from the perimeter, as I'll just go through this. Weston with 3 threes, Lundgren with 1, and Scott with 3. I talked with Coach Corney last night after that Tabiona game, and I think, I just love this offense that he has going, and a big key to it is that he has trust in his players. Yesterday, in that first half, the Rebels did not shoot the ball well. They had plenty of open looks, and it just was rimming out, not quite falling, but instead of changing strategy and how this and the identity of this team, Coach Corney trusted that those shots would start to fall, and they did. And talking to Coach Corney last night, that is just the identity of this team and what they want to do. And it turned into the Rebels having 2 guys in Carter Scott and Ridge Lundgren having 6 3-pointers apiece. Just not something traditionally that Rich High does. Usually it's a mix of post play and some shooting on the outside, whereas so far this year the Rebels have found a lot of success from the 3 line, and that has continued today against Altamont. And on the Altamont side, let me get their score sheet from that first half. Thatcher with a 2, Briggs, these are first names that they've got down for him, Briggs with 9, Luke with 7, and Braden with 6, Porter with 2, and Case with 2. So we'll be back after this. We are about 3 minutes away from the second half of action. Rebels up 32 at halftime. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome back. We are just a minute away from the second half of action between the Rebels and the Longhorns. Again, waiting for some wrestling highlights. If you happen to be there, know them, send them over to me so we can announce those for everyone to know. A calendar update for next week. The boys and girls will both be going to Tintic on a Friday. And like I said earlier, as far as the boys go, definitely will be an interesting and tough matchup as the Tintic boys blow out Manila last night in a surprising blowout. And keep an eye on the score of the Tabiona and Windover matchups today as well in region play. And so we are just getting ready to start this one up with the Rebels with a comfortable 32-point lead going in to the second half. 18-point lead, excuse me. 22? I'm tired. 22-point lead. And so the Longhorns will start with possession here, with the ball being inbounded to Jessen. And I did get some updates on wrestling so far at the Aberdeen tournament today. Hudson Perry and Wilkes Weston both with a third place finish, Bailey Weston second, and Jordan Johnson fifth. So the first shot of the half, no good, and rebound and taken the other way by the Rebels. Daniel hands to Hoffman. Hoffman back up to Weston to set things up. Weston to Scott, and then to Lundgren in the corner. Lundgren finds Smith at the post, and his shot or pass attempt is knocked away out of bounds by Altamont, and so Lundgren will look to inbound. We have a child on the floor on the other end. They almost made it into the camera. Weston gets it in the corner for three. That is off the front iron and rebounded, going the other way for Altamont, and that is good. So Altamont able to get the first points of the second half on a transition layup off of the rebound. And I am just trying to update our scoreboard here. There we go. So 20-point game now for the Rebels, and Riker Hoffman wanting to get involved and get his name on some three-pointers, and that one falls. So now 53-30, and Altamont has it on the left wing. They look to drive. Rust has it on the right wing. He passes to Wall in the corner. Wall thinks about the step back three. He'll drive baseline instead. Able to get to the basket. Not able to finish, but he is fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot two. And I assume Wall is a relative to the point guard in the girls' game as well that transferred from Manila, so maybe a similar story there. Wall's first shot is up and off the back iron. One more on the way. Wall's second is up, and this one is good. Make it a 53-31 game on the station on main scoreboard. Ball is thrown away on the other end by the Rebels, so Altamont will get the ball back as they enter in the backcourt. Jessen to bring the ball up. Jessen passes it to the inside and just off the fingertips of his man, so the Rebels will get the ball back. Lundgren gets the ball. He's looking to cross it across half court, and he gets it to Scott, back to Lundgren. Lundgren looking to reset things up. He dribbles to his left, passes to Scott in the corner. Scott for three, and that is off the side rim into the hands of Wall. He gets it ahead, tries to get it to Rust. Rust runs out of real estate there and goes out of bounds, and so the Rebels will take over possession there. Weston to inbound. He gets it to Smith and then back to Weston. 6 minutes to go in the third. Drake dribbles to his right, gets it up to Scott. Scott finds Riker in the corner. Hoffman for three, no good. Rebounded by Wall. Wall being pressured by Lundgren, but able to get it back, and he drives all the way to the hoop and last second tries to get it to his man at the block. That was number 40. Case Sorensen was ready for it. But then it goes right through his hands and out of bounds. So a tough break for the Longhorns. Rebels up 22, 53-31. Weston bounces it off the foot of the defender. And it does get it across court just in time to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes and then drives to the hole. He is stopped there by Sorensen, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Rebels. And ball now being given back to Altamont. As Jessen brings the ball up, he gets it across half court over to Rust. Rust catches it right in front of the Altamont bench, and he has it now on the left wing. Gets it over to Sorensen. Sorensen looking inside to Jessen. Jessen now posting up on Weston, and it just rims out, but rebounded initially by the Longhorns. Loose ball that ends up in the hands of Rust. Rust gets it to Wall. Wall drives baseline and has a nice finish at the hoop to make that a 20-point game. Hoffman on the other end quickly goes to the basket, just rims out. Altamont with the rebound going the other way, which is passed to Jessen on the wing. Up top to Sorensen and then to Rust on the right wing. Rust passes it to the corner to Wall. Wall drives baseline and tries to get it to the corner, and that's deflected by Scott, and Scott going the other way. Finds Smith in the corner. Smith tries for three. That's off the front rim. Great rebound there by Carter Scott, and he keeps it inbounds to Smith and then over to Weston, and the Rebels will reset here with 28 seconds on the clock, 4:10 on the game clock. Weston tries to get into Hoffman. It is tipped away by the Longhorns. Lundgren doing his best to get it back, but the Longhorns able to get it out in front to Wall, who brings it across half court onto the left wing. He pulls up and passes to Jessen in the corner. Jessen tries to finish, but on the wrong side of the hoop when he's doing so that will go out of bounds back to the Rebels. 2 is into the game for Jessen. And once again, Rebels with possession again under the hoop. Another update, this time from the Ridgeline Invitational Girls Wrestling. Brinley Kirk second place, so she made it to the championship. Hazel Wilson fourth. Ava Nelson 6th, Lexi Rowe 6th, Isabella Trujillo 6th, and that was all in the JV tournament. Varsity tournament, Katharina Smith 6th, Hillary Rex 6th, Nina Hillier 3rd, and Vivi Lopez 5th place. So girls do well at that Ridgeline tournament, which I assume had a lot of higher classification schools, so great job to them as well. Back to the action here for the Rebels. Wall has it on the left wing. He drives to the hoop, and he's going to be fouled by Hoffman, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And 53-33, our current score, with Wall going to the line to shoot 2. And that is Riker's 4th foul. Wall's shot is up and good. Wall's second is up and good, making this an 18-point difference. Rebels inbound to Weston. Weston quickly gets it across half court. He's going to drive over, tipped pass into the hands of Smith, and then to Scott on the left wing. Scott gets it over to Lundgren up top. He gets it back to Scott. Scott for 3, and that is good. Another great three-pointer from Carter Scott. Ball brought across and over to Rust on the left wing. Rust finds his man, and he tries to then get it to Wall, but that is knocked away by the Rebels to Scott, then up ahead to Lundgren, and Lundgren dribbles it out, hands to Weston. Weston goes for 3. That comes off into the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman gives it back to Weston, who drives to the hoop and is able to score. So Drake missed the three-pointer, but now looking to do the old-fashioned three-point play. He'll go to the line to shoot 1 as Coach Cornea is sending 5 subs in, so this may be the last we see of that varsity lineup. So into the game, Dylan Fonsbeck, Jet Holmes, Carter Grohl, Dylan Wasden, and Paxton Nicolademus at the scorers table, subbing in for Drake Weston after this foul shot. 58-35, current score with 2:37 to go in the third. Weston's foul shot is up and good, and he will go take a seat for the rest of the game, theoretically as well, as Nicolademus comes in to the game, who had a great JV game today as well. 2 with the ball. He crosses half court, just a freshman. Bright spot for the Longhorns today. Wall has it on the corner. He hands it to 2 dribbles to his right. He's going to fire from the baseline. That is no good, but rebounded by Sorensen. 2 gets it over to Jessen. Jessen drives and tries to finish with his left. It rims out and then put back up by Sorensen, and he's fouled. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So good second effort by the Longhorns to keep it alive and try to finish this one out. 59-35, our current score here. Sorensen's first is up and good, with 1 more on the way. Sorensen's second is up and just rims out, rebounded by Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck gets it ahead to Holmes. Holmes crosses half court, dribbles to his left, passes over to Nicolademus. Nicolademus to Holmes. Holmes dribbles to his right and hands to Fonsbeck in the corner. Fonsbeck back to Holmes. 17 on the shot clock. Fonsbeck gets it on the right post and kicks it out to Grohl in the corner. Grohl dribbles in, and he is fouled on that shot attempt, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Minute 48 to go in the third quarter. That foul was given to Rust, his 4th. So he has 1 to go. But it looks like he's going to come out and take a break. Second team foul for Altamont. And that first one is up and good for Grohl. 60-36 now. Grohl's second foul shot is up and off the front rim. Nearly rebounded by Fonsbeck, but into the hands of Jessen as he brings it across half court. He finds 2 under the hoop. 2 gets it back out to Sorensen from the foul line, and Sorensen has a nice 15-footer for 2. 60-38 now as Nicola Demas brings it across half court over to Grohl. Grohl back to Grohl to Fonsbeck, then to Grohl again, and then stolen away. And now at the other end, 2 going to the basket, and he'll be fouled by Holmes on the reach. And the Rebels, that'll be their 4th team foul. So 5th, it looks like. They haven't updated that. But Altamont going to the line in the bonus. 2 with 2 foul shots coming up. First is up and no good. Second foul shot coming up for 2. His second is up and that one is good. 60-39, Rebels up 21 here as the third quarter is coming to a close. Ball is tipped away and back to the other end for Altamont, and they score. 60-41 now with a minute to go in the third. Holmes gets it up to Wasden, and then Wasden to Nicola Demas, who finds Fonsbeck in the corner. Nicola Demas drives to his left and hands to Holmes. Holmes over to Grohl, and then Grohl to Holmes. Through the hands of Wasden, but Wasden able to keep control of it, and he hands to Grohl, and off the foot of someone, we'll see, and that is given back to Altamont with 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jessen will bring the ball across half court, dribbles to his left, hands to 2 in the corner. 2 dribbles into the paint and then kicks it back out. Wall now has it on the right wing. He'll rotate over. Rebels in a zone defense. Jessen tries for 3. That is off the mark. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes is looking up court. He crosses half court. Finds Wasden underneath, but just a bit out of his reach and through his fingertips. So Altamont will get the ball back with just under 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Looking for the last shot here. Obviously no shot clock in play here. Jessen has it on the right wing. He drives to the hole. Nice handoff to Sorensen, but Sorensen not able to finish at the hole. Nicola Demas now has it, and he's going to put up a half-court shot, and that is off the front iron. Every kid's dream to hit a half-court shot almost happens there for Nicola Demas. That'll be the end of the third quarter. The score 60-41 in favor of your Rich Rebels. We'll be back with the Bear Lake Fan Cam after this.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Thank you to Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty for sponsoring our Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam. And if you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, reach out to Gary McKee and his team at Bear Lake Realty. So we are at the start of the fourth quarter now with our score, Rich High School 60, Altamont High School 41. And the Rebels, I assume, will resume with the lineup that was just out there. We do have a couple changes, so now we've got Aiden Weston, Jet Holmes, Dylan Wasden, Cade Nelson, and Carter Grohl into the game. And so Holmes dribbles it across half court and passes over to Weston. Weston back to Holmes on the right wing. He dribbles to his right and then back to Weston. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Holmes dribbles to his right again and finds Grohl in the corner. That is briefly knocked away by Jessen. Grohl able to keep possession. He enters it into Weston. Weston hands it off to Wasden. Wasden will get fouled on that two-point attempt, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So first trip to the line for Wasden today in this game. His first is up and off the back iron. So he'll have one more coming up here. Wasden's second is up, and this one rattles in to make it a 20-point game once again. 61-41 for the Rebels at the start of this fourth quarter. Two with a nice cut to the hole, but not able to finish in the midst of all the Rebels. And he'll kick it back out to Sorensen. Sorensen, that one is no good. Rebounded by Wasden. Wasden brings it across half court, dribbles to his right, passes over to Wasden. Wasden to Holmes in the corner. Wasden back to Holmes. He's on the left wing. And the Rebels rotating around. Try to work it inside, but that is stolen by Two at the elbow. And Two gets it ahead to number 25. He gets a second rebound. That one is no good, but he is fouled in that process. And so he'll go to the line to shoot two. And so out of bounds now for the Longhorns. Ball is entered into two, and that is tipped away by Weston. And so Altamont will keep possession here with 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Jessen enters it in. Altamont getting a set. Try to get some more points here. Wall enters it back in. That is taken away by Holmes going the other way. Holmes gets it ahead to Weston, and Weston with a nice finish as he catches it just at his fingertips. Holmes with the nice pass there and the finish by Weston. Two now has it up top. He passes over to Wall on the right wing. Wall back to Two in the corner. Two dribbles to his left. Ball ends up back with Two, and he's going to be fouled on the ground, I believe. And so Altamont will keep possession on their end. They're going to give that foul to, I believe, Cade Nelson, his first Rebels' second team foul this quarter. Jessen to inbound. He passes it to Sorensen. Sorensen skips it over to Wall. Wall tries to get it back into Jessen, but that is knocked away. Still in possession for the Longhorns with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Jessen inbounds to Sorensen for the short jumper. That is off the mark and rebounded by Nelson. Nelson passes it ahead to Grohl, then to Holmes. Holmes goes to the basket but dribbles it back out and passes up to Grohl. Grohl passes over to Aiden Weston. Weston to Wasden and then to Grohl and then to Holmes on the right wing. Grohl now has it and passes it to Aiden Weston up top. 13 seconds on the shot clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Holmes to Grohl to Wasden, then to Aiden Weston for three, and that is good. Great shot there by Aiden Weston and set up well by the Rebels, being patient and running down that shot clock with 5:23 to go in the game. Weston knocks that one away, but in the process does step out of bounds, so Altamont will keep possession with 27 seconds on the shot clock. Two inbounds to Sorensen, and Sorensen will give it back up top. Jessen has it on the left wing, being guarded by Grohl. He passes to the inside to Sorensen, back to Jessen. Jessen drives to the hole and not able to finish. Gets tipped away and out of bounds off the hands of Grohl. And Altamont will inbound here under their own basket. Jessen inbounds. Then to Sorensen. Wall now has it on the left wing. Two looks to drive baseline. He'll get fouled by Aiden Weston. And that'll be the third team foul for the Rebels. Aiden Weston's first personal. 66-41 with 4:54 to go here. Altamont tries for the baseline jumper, and that is no good, but rebounded by Wall. He kicks it back out to Sorensen, and this time Grohl does get the rebound, takes it ahead. 4-on-3 situation here. Weston gets the three-point attempt, but that is no good and rebounded by Nelson, who was fouled on the rebound, and so the Rebels will have an inbound play coming up. Holmes to inbound. He is looking, and he gets it in to Wasden at the elbow, and Wasden kicks it back out to Grohl and then to Holmes for three from the corner. That is no good. Rebounded by Holmes, and he tries to kick it back out, but stolen by Sorensen and handed to two, and now the Longhorns coming the other way. They get it across half court as two dribbles to his left. He'll try for a long three, and that is off and out of bounds, and Rebels will get the ball back, heading the other way. So for the Rebels into the game, Paxton Nicodemus, he's going to come in for Jet Holmes. So into the game for the Rebels, Grohl, Weston, Nicodemus, Wasden, and Nelson. Paxton gets it ahead to Wasden, who hands to Grohl, breaking the press. Aiden Weston now on the left wing, who gets it to a cutting Wasden, and then back to Weston, who goes baseline, and he has a nice finish at the hole. Aiden Weston with a strong game so far here in this varsity matchup with 4 minutes to go in the game. Two dribbles to his right, passes to Wall. Wall tries to get it to Jessen, but that is stolen by Grohl. Grohl goes the other way, passes to Nicodemus. Nicodemus dribbles it back out and passes it to Nelson. Nicodemus gets it back over to Weston. Weston now has it up top. Nicodemus on the right wing enters it into Wasden, then Wasden outside to Grohl. 16 on the shot clock as the Rebels rotate the ball. Nicodemus is going to try for three, and that just rims out. Carter Grohl with the rebound as the shot clock will reset. Try to get it inside to Wasden, but that is stolen and taken ahead by two. Nicodemus stole the ball from two, but he was out of bounds while doing so. So Altamont will keep possession under their own basket with 3:14 to go in the game. Ball is inbounded to two. Two dribbles to his right. Pulls up and has a nice jumper from the elbow. 68-43 now with 3 minutes to go in the game. Nicodemus crosses half court, passes it to Weston. Shot is up and rebounded by Wasden. Wasden gets it into Nelson. Nelson kicks it back out to Nicodemus, to Wasden, to Grohl. Grohl looking to the inside, and he'll continue to pass it around. Between Grohl, Weston, and Wasden, passing around the perimeter, trying to find a man on the inside. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Aiden Weston gets into Grohl, then to Nicodemus. Nicodemus for three, and that one will roll in. Nice shot there for Paxton to get the Rebels to 71-43. Just over 2 minutes to go now. Two has the ball up top. He hands off, and they go to the rim, and that is off the mark. Rebounded by Nicodemus, now going the other way. He passes it ahead to Wasden and then to Weston. Weston dribbles to his right and passes to Nicodemus. Then to Grohl. They get in the middle to Wasden. Wasden kicks it back out. Aiden's going to go to the hole, and he'll finish there again. Once again, a strong outing for Aiden here in the second half of this game. Rebels now up 30, 73-43. Rust back into the game. He's on the right wing. He passes over to Jessen in the corner. Jessen dribbles to his left and able to finish with the and one. So he'll go for the three-point play, going to the line to shoot one after that made basket. Into the game for the Rebels, Conrad Carrillo and Bodie O'Mealy. They'll come in for Aiden Weston and Carter Grohl with a minute and a half to go in the game. Jessen's foul shot is up and just rims out, rebounded by Wasden. Once again, a minute and a half to go in this game. Rebels are going to be able to finish out the weekend going 2-0 out here at the UNA Basin between Tabiona and Altamont. A good weekend for the Rebels. And once again, the Rebels next weekend will go to Eureka, which is Tintic High School, And both boys and the girls will be out there. Paxton Nicodemus also having a great second half here as he drives to the hole to make it a 75-45 point game. 2 dribbles to his right, loses the ball but able to keep possession. He passes it back out to Rust. Rust dribbles to his left. He's going to take a long 2-footer. That is no good. O'Mealy with the rebound, and he'll pass it up to Nicodemus. We've got 40 seconds to go here in this game. Wasden tries to get it to Nelson. Back into the hands of the Longhorns. No more shot clock as we are under 35 seconds to go. We're at 25 seconds. 2's going to go for 3, and that is good. As I say, he's a freshman and been a bright spot for the Longhorns in both the JV game and the varsity game. So one to keep an eye on, as I believe we will continue to have Altamont on our schedule going forward despite them playing that 2A schedule. Nicodemus dribbles to his left and will dribble out the clock, and that'll be it for the Rebels as they're able to put this one away 75-48. And because of the long travel ahead of us, we're going to jump right into our post-game show. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, over this weekend, and thank you for your continued support of my local radio. And you'll see that the station on main scoreboard shows the Rebels 75, the Longhorns 48. This is our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. And we've talked about next week how the boys and girls will be at Tintic, and make sure that keep an eye on that one, as the girls game wasn't much of competition last time, but the boys up until the fourth quarter certainly was. And seeing as the Miners beat up on Manila last night by 51 points, it is being built up to be a tough one, as that is a region game. And so keep an eye on that for next Friday. And this is your Independent Software Solutions post-game show. Player of the game, I'm going to give that to 2 players, Aiden Weston and Paxton Nicodemus. They came into the second half and were able to keep that score extended by quite a bit. They played fearless, being one of our younger guys coming in, typically playing in JV games. They came in, played fearless in this varsity game, and just kept the momentum going. So good job to them and the rest of the Rich High Rebels. And a calendar update, we will move on to that. That's brought to you by the Woodruff Country Corner. And thank you to Rob Leifson. He's sending me our calendar updates. So girls state next week of cheerleading. So our cheerleaders are going to go to states. That is a big one for them. That's going to be on Wednesday. That's at Utah Valley University. That would be the repeat for the Lady Rebels for cheerleading, as they took state last year. They will head there again and try to get the back-to-back. And then Thursday there's an academic Olympiad competition at Utah State. And then once again Friday we'll have boys and girls at Tintic. And then Saturday boys wrestling divisionals happening. And I'm trying to remember where that is at. I know that Coach Larson told me the location of that. That might come to me in just a second. And then freshman basketball, they have a tournament at Rich. And so a lot going on next week. We're excited for our Rich High Rebels successful weekend. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back soon. Continue to bring Rich